And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, the Jacksonville police traffic stop. Oh my goodness. This is a very, very interesting story. What we're going to do tonight is go through the body cam footage frame by frame, and I'm going to break down all of what I see from my perspective, because I think a lot of this case depends on your perspective. Do you understand what's happening in this clip or not? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Hunter Biden. Since when did we platform guys that smoke crack and let them talk? Like, since when was that ever a thing? Back in my day, a crackhead was a crackhead. He'd be out there doing little tricks and stunts for the kids in the community, juggling and not succeeding for $10, for 50 cents, etc., etc. Now they got podcasts. What in the world's going on with our country? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the Colbert fallout. Oh, they're mad. You got the Fallons and the Kimmels and everybody, Jon Stewart, all these guys freaking out over Colbert losing the show. They think it's because of Trump, but the reality is they're dinosaurs, they suck, they unfunny, and without Trump, there is no them. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank you again. I definitely appreciate you. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Summer Sky says, oh Lord, ABL is taking the side of another criminal. Who's a criminal? The police? I'm on the police's side. JSO, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, are great police. Listen, before all this stuff happened with the traffic stop, I already knew about Jacksonville and their police. I keep telling y'all, one of the best YouTubers, if not the best YouTuber on YouTube, Peter Santinello. I keep telling y'all, do you listen? I can't tell. Anyway, he did a video about Jacksonville and he spoke to the police. He spoke to the chief, black guy. He went down to headquarters, like he was talking to them, and he was asking them questions about how they operate and how they conduct business. And these guys are very professional. They're very knowledgeable. They're street smart. They understand situations and circumstances. And this case, in my opinion, was expertly done from the police. But I got a couple things to say. Here's the thing. If you think that this was brutality, you don't understand the streets at all, and you don't understand cops. That's the bottom line, because what I saw was appropriate. Do you know guys who would do stuff like that used to get shot, killed back in the day? Hey man, listen, you wouldn't have buck on the cop, not hand over your license, all of that. That's the easy way to lose your life. This is why I made my video last month. I literally said it. I said it because I got pulled over by GSP and I ain't had no problems. Check it out. I never have any problems with police. None. Oh, it's because of where you drive, where I drive. Y'all know I grew up in Virginia. I'm from the hood, so I've been in the hood areas. I've been in real hot drug areas, all of that. Never had a problem. Virginia Beach Boulevard, Newtown Road, all of that. Never had a problem. Norfolk, Portsmouth, out the beach, Newport News, downtown, Hampton, Phoebus, everywhere, all over Virginia. And here, where am I at? I'm in MAGA country. I'm in MAGA country up here. Then I go down to Atlanta, Vining's right there. The Cobb County Police be on your hind parts all the time. You go down into the city, you get APD. Listen, with any of these cops, I've never had a problem. In 98% white West Virginia, and Kentucky, same thing, mostly white. And up here, North Georgia, MAGA country, Atlanta, Virginia, DC, Roanoke, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, driving, never had a problem. If I get pulled over, I'm cool. I'm chilling. I told y'all on my video last month, I said the exact same thing. The things I said don't do in my video when you get pulled over, he did it. I said, be cool, give them license, registration, proof of insurance. Didn't I say that in my video? I sure did. And what does he do when they're asking for that? Shut the door and barricading yourself. Listen, and you know what? The thing about it is he was, you know what? I think what happened is that he was scared. And at a certain point, a light bulb goes off during a traffic stop. Oh, they about to extract me? Okay, now I'm about to get some money. So now I got my phone out, right? I'm gonna put it right on my dashboard and I'm gonna look right in the camera. My hair pretty? I look good? All right. My eyebrow, hey, everything look good? All right, boom. Lights, camera, action. Go ahead and extract me. That's why he's like this, looking in the camera. Because he knows now I got this footage, I'm gonna release it and I'm gonna try to go viral and I'm gonna try to get some money. So when I saw Ben Crump, I'm like, come on, man. Anybody, look, listen. From the first frame of the video that he uploaded, I already knew what it was. I knew everything about that stop before I made the video. As a matter of fact, when I made my video reacting to the initial thing that he put out, I did not see the full body camera footage. People in the comments, oh, you must have seen the body camera footage. I didn't see nothing before, but I'm just very old. I've been around the world and I didn't see everything. This is a pattern. JSO, they know it's a pattern and they know how to deal with it. You know what happened? Do you think he got beat up? Do you think when he was in the car that they punched him in the face? They slapped him because guess what? Y'all got kids, nieces, nephews, anybody younger than you. Sometimes in order to get the point across, you got to raise your voice. You got to be a little aggressive. You got to show them that you are in control. You have to make them submit to authority. It's simple as that. Now, with some guys, you got to go a little bit harder. But with him, a little slap, a little roughing up, he was all right. Y'all act like it was Rodney King. He was okay. After the little scuffle, he got up. Hey, man, y'all beat me up. No, they didn't. Those little punches and whatnot were WWE at best. WWE at best. Hollywood Hulk Hogan at best. Ric Flair at best. It was just to make him comply. Listen, I want to say a lot. I'm going to go through that video frame by frame. I'm going to go through it frame by frame, and we're really going to get down to the bottom of it. Thank y'all for supporting me. I appreciate y'all, those who said that I was right from the beginning. And guess what? Since I'm right here, I'm right about Carmelo Anthony too, and you'll see it because it's the same principle going on here. You know what the principle is? Hey, I'm sitting under this tarp on the bleachers, minding my business. Here come two big white boys trying to fight me. I say, don't fight me. And they fight me. I fight. They die. I'm in trouble. This situation right here, I get pulled over. I'm supposed to give license, registration, insurance. I don't. I fight the cops. I'm resisting. I get extracted. Then I say I'm the victim. Then I'm trying to get sued. You started it. You are the one that brought it upon yourself. Now you want to cry victim. I don't like that. And I know guys like that in real life. Yes, I do. And you know who I'm talking about. So I ain't got to say nobody's name to those who it applies to. And I stay away from them because I don't want them to do something to get me in trouble. If you start something with me and I beat you up, what you want to do? You want to call the police? Nah, we had a fair fight. Don't call no police. I'll beat you up, deal with it. But what guys want to do nowadays in 2025, the princess generation, what they want to do is start something with you and call the police, get you locked up and sue you. So soft. I hate it. Anybody like that? You are the scum of the earth. I don't care if you black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe. If you do that, you're the worst. Period. Hey, I'm sorry. It was on my chest. I had to get it off. But we're going to go through every frame of the video. Yes, we are. We're going to go through every frame of the video. And I'm going to prove to you. Look, again, I made my reaction video from just what the dude put out at first. Everything I said in my video was what was in the body cam. Everything. The whole play. Ain't that what they say on Your Leisure? Here go to play. Hey, here go a play to commit bank fraud and go to the federal penitentiary. Anyway, That was a play to try and get some money out of JSO. And the crazy part is that you're going to put that upon the taxpayers of Jacksonville. Your grandmama and your mama going to pay higher property, if they got a house, they're going to pay higher property taxes, all because of you wanting to rob them of their money because you didn't want to get out of the car for a suspended license. Bro, listen, a suspended license, I looked it up, in Florida, 6 months in jail or a $500 fine. What do you think he was going to get? Locked up over a suspended license? Listen, we got all these criminals out here making songs about killing the ops, going to the grave, dancing on the grave, all kind of stuff. We got murders, we got drugs, we got real stuff going on. Ain't nobody trying to lock you up for no suspended license, bro. You got illegal aliens driving with no license at all. You're not going to get locked up, and if you do, oh well, it's okay. But if you try to resist and have to get extracted, now you got that on top. You made it worse. For what? Stupid. But again, now I get it. I think what happened was at first, when he popped the door open, he wanted to run. But he's soft, so he got scared. Then it became trying to deny the inevitable because you're scared. Then it became, oh, I can get some money. Ding, 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 ding. Here go the camera. I'm cute. All right, record. That's what happened. Oh my God. All right, I'm sorry. But that was on my mind. I had to get it off. We're going to get to it. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And he had weed. It's like, bro, you know you got weed on you. If you just cooperate, you probably would have got a fine and they wouldn't have tossed your car. They might have just let somebody come take it from right there rather than impounding it. If they do that, they probably wouldn't have searched it and found a knife in the... I don't know, man. People just don't do things that make sense. I think ultimately this was about money. And a lot of times in 2025, when you see things like this, it's about money. That's all that it is. Okay, I'm going to read some of your comments before I continue, but we're going to get to the video in just one moment. Hey, I had to vent. I had to vent about that because I'm talking about, I'm reading the comments and I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Listen, I guess my purpose is to educate people because I have a long way to go. If this is the reaction that we're going to get from something like this, I got a long way to go. My work is not done. My work has just begun. My work has just begun. All right, let me see. He 21, you know they act stupid. Listen, when I was young like that, I never would have done nothing like that. I never would have done nothing like that at 21. Listen, if you a street person, you understand what not to do. You know not to have no weed in your car or to be smoking blunts in your car because if they smoke weed, it could pull you over. You know not to have no pistol or nothing crazy, nothing dirty in your car, a knife. You know to not do that when you're young. I knew that when I was in middle school, not to do something like that. 21 years old and you don't know that, you're too old to be that ignorant, in my humble opinion. Dudes, my reaction video is a short. So if you're looking for my reaction, it's a short on this channel, on the YouTube channel, but it's on all my platforms. It's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's everywhere. But if you want to see it here on YouTube, it's a short. Okay. Let me see. Jonathan says, well, once the window was broken, what was the point of slapping him in the face? The reason why he did that is because he wanted to gain compliance. You see, that little strike right there, guys that's kind of young and a little bit soft like that, that makes them respond. Rather than just trying to punch him or tase him, which is more devastating, you just kind of slap him right quick because that softens him. He's more likely to not put up a fight. And really, when you do stuff like that, it is better for him because if he knows he can't really overpower you, he's a little bit afraid, he's less likely to fight, therefore less likely to injure himself. They do that for the actual person being detained. That's what that is. I mean, I know it looks one way, I get it, but it's not what you're thinking. It wasn't a punch. It was just a matter of, okay, we got to extract you, give a little bit of force. And it worked because he was apprehended without really any kind of serious injury. I think he might have had a little busted lip. They said his tooth got chipped. I'm not sure if that's true. All I heard was that his tooth went through his lip. So you got a little busted lip and that's it. You didn't get beat up. You didn't get tased. You didn't get shot. You didn't get a dog on your hind parts biting you and all of that. I think it was okay. And he was resisting. So what you want him to do? No George Floyd, knee on the neck, none of that. They did it perfectly. Okay. I mean, if you're mad about that, you soft. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't care. Be mad. It don't matter because I know I'm right. I'm reading some of this. He did have a knife, yes, but the knife, in my opinion, doesn't really matter because the knife is not part of the issue with him resisting. All you got to do is just give license, registration, insurance. That's it. Why you got to do all this extra stuff talking about call supervisor? Listen, when you say that word supervisor, they already know they might have to extract you. But I don't want to get too far into it because we're going to go through it and I'm going to explain to you what's going on because I'm a little upset at some people, but I think that I need to have grace with some people because they just don't know. And if you don't know something, then you're not really sure how to react. You're not reacting with information. You're not reacting with knowledge. You're reacting with emotion based upon how you feel at what you see. You're not reacting with knowledge of how things actually work in the streets, of how things actually work with police. You're not reacting from that point of view. You understand? So, yeah, the whole thing with the cop hitting them, that was nothing. Christ Child says, I can't believe you agree with this. You lost me with that ABL. I'm sorry, Christ Child. I am sorry that you feel that way. But one thing that I cannot do is lie to y'all. I'm not going to sit here on Al Gore's internet and tell you a lie to make some money like some people do. Hey, some of these content creators will tell you anything because it makes you feel good. It makes them a lot of money. But I have never been that kind of guy to sit here and tell you a lie. And I ain't going to start today. One thing about me, love me or hate me, you know that I will never lie to you, ever. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Before we get to the actual body cam footage, y'all know you guys are the best sponsors, the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. But also we have more sponsors. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the description, or just go to patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also, please go to my merch website, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats, the t-shirts, the stickers, the hoodies, the mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to the regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY. That letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. I have articles for each video that I produce. And in each article, I got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the website, AnthonyBLogan.com. Also, please go to the contact page of the website, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact us. There, I have all my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok, and TikTok is a little bit better. I'm Old Man River over there, but they still liking the content. Anyway, all those links are right there on the contact page of the website, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact us. And if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me on the interwebs or not, you're probably not, but just check the method of communication. Just cross-reference it. Okay, is it the same thing on the website, which is, again, contact@AnthonyBLogan.com, or is it an 18-digit WhatsApp number with a Nigerian country code in the beginning? Like, what's going on? Please don't get scammed. It's 2025. Don't nobody got no time for that. Now, check it out. We're going to go through the video here, frame by frame, because I watched, normally I don't watch content creators, not political guys, but I watched some of y'all's takes, and y'all are so soft. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. I was like, nah, man, we can't have this. We can't have this. I think this is part of my purpose to just bring reality to you guys. I don't want you guys to be led in the wrong direction. So let's go through it.
Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I know not this.
First red flag right there. You popping the door open. So, in my opinion, you see he had his feet right there. In my opinion, his thought was, I'm going to run because I know I don't have a license and I got weed and I got some stuff in my car I don't want him to find. So I'm going to go ahead and run. But because he's kind of young, might be a little bit soft, he froze up into not run. So now it becomes this whole game of car supervisor. Anyway, let's keep on going.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not rain.
Okay, off the rip, within the first 5 seconds, you arguing. You asking me why I pulled you over. I'm telling you, I'm running down the list. I'm trying to name 3 things. The first thing I said was the headlights. And by the way, I'm seeing quite a few people reacting to this, focusing on the headlights. But it's like, well, there was more things other than the headlights. Listen, a lot of cops, what they're going to do, if they see you have one little thing going on, they might not get you. They might not pull you over. But if you got headlights, tail lights, no seatbelt, you're on your phone, all kind of stuff, now I'm going to pull you because you have multiple infractions. He was listing 3 things. He said the headlights and the seatbelt. And then when the third thing came, here he comes cutting them off and arguing. Off the rip right here, if I was a cop, I already know I got to extract you. Off rip, because you popped the door open, you were trying to run, but you were scared because you're soft. And then you talking over me while I'm trying to explain to you why I pulled you over. Why keep asking me why I pulled you over if you cutting me off when I'm telling you?
This is an inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Right there, supervisor, that again, trigger word right there. The first thing was the squabbling over why I pulled you over. Because why am I trying to debate you? Like, it's not up for me to debate you. To debate the validity of the stop is not the responsibility of the driver. It is not what the driver should be doing. If you want to debate that, go to court. Go to court. Because you got his body camera on, you can request that. You have your camera, and you could go to court and say, well, you violated my rights. But trying to argue that on the side of the road is just retarded.
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
7735, I'm cooperative driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle.
So, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? All you have really is a suspended license. Why you gotta do all this? Why? What's the purpose? Just at this point, you might as well be honest, because they're gonna get you out the car. If or maybe the purpose was to get money. But I think, again, as he's in the car and barricaded, and then the reality strikes about to hit him out, then he says, okay, now I can get some money, so let me start recording. That's kind of what that was in my humble opinion. But first, the first thing was, let's go back. The first thing was, okay, now I'm trying to actually run out because my foot's right there, which means I'm trying to jump and run beeline. But I got scared. Now I start to argue because that's all I got left because I didn't want to run. Then I'm barricaded in the car. I'm trying to prevent the inevitable. I'm trying to prolong the inevitable doing that. Okay, let's keep going.
25 seconds. For the ninth floor, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
See, you're asking the same question I already asked you. Talking about why'd you pull me over? I was going through the list and you just cut me off. What you want to do is argue. You don't really want to hear why I put you over. And the reason why you want to argue is because you think maybe if you talk enough, if you argue enough, maybe you could get let go. Maybe you can escape. Maybe somehow this situation would just go away and you won't be facing any kind of jail time for your suspended license. But again, a suspended license ain't no big deal in Florida. You might go to jail, but probably not. You probably just get the $500 fine and then that'd be it. So just do that rather than all of this.
25 seconds. If anybody responding, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
coming west on Caloric. I'll be there in a second.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be.
So look, now you're under now you're under arrest. So you were trying to prevent from getting arrested, but now it's happening. So the longer you stay in there, the worse it's going to be for you.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay.
Now let's pause right here. I'm watching some of you YouTubers talking about, oh, well, the police don't have their headlights on. It's not even raining. So what? It don't even matter, because at the end of the day, first of all, the headlights, not the only reason. Tinted windows at 0%. You have no seatbelt on. You got a multitude of infractions. So it doesn't even matter. If it does matter, that's fine. But right now, on the side of the road, is not the time to argue that. And here's something else. I got to ask you a question. Just a simple question. If you get pulled over for headlights and you get a ticket for, let's say, $100, are you going to go to court and fight that? Are you going to go to court and fight that? Really? Is that worth your time? It ain't worth my time. I ain't trying to go to court 7:30 a.m. I'm right next to guys that smoke crack for a living, right next to guys who just got done beating their wife before they came into the courtroom, right next to guys that smell like, I'm talking about the worst stench ever, homeless people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in there fighting a $100 ticket. For what? I don't have time for that. I'm not trying to be squabbling with you on the side of the road. I'm trying to get my ticket and go on my way. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to be squabbling. I don't have time to go to court for $100. I don't know about y'all, but that's just me. But I digress.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window.
Butthead says, not really, but if I'm mad, yes, I'll fight over it in the courts. Hey, if you enjoy going to court and being right next to a guy that smoke crack for a living, Hunter Biden, Bobby Brownjaw, hey, you're in there sitting down. You normally are never around these people, and you right next to him in the actual gallery, his jaw going like a typewriter, all of that. If you like that, if you cool with that, then great, fantastic. I am a little bit too bougie for that, to be totally honest with you, but I digress.
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need it.
No, you're under arrest.
Hey, I'll lock the car. I'm going to push it up.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Now, one thing a lot of YouTubers said was that this cop right here was aggressive, but he's not. He's not at all. He's just kind of like chilling. Now, hold on.
No.
Let me go back, and I'm gonna play something right quick that I kind of missed.
Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window.
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need it.
No, you're under arrest.
Hey, I'll lock the car. I'm going to push it up.
Okay, no, it wasn't that. Let's go forward a little bit, because they had two cops. The first cop that you heard most, some people said he was aggressive. He's not being aggressive. He was being direct. That's not. If you think that's aggressive, you soft.
Exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out? You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
So now guys are saying that this cop was better, talking about that's the best way to talk to the community. I mean, are we children? Are we men or mice? Because the way he's talking is like how you talk to little kids. You talk to little kids like that. not somebody that's a full-grown adult. You talk to like infants like that. Toddlers, maybe not even. I mean, I got talked to worse than that when I was a kid. I'm talking about by everybody, male, female. It didn't matter who it was. Mom, dad, aunts, grandma, grandpa, everybody would talk to me worse than that because you can't just be so soft with everybody. You got to be more direct in order for them to understand. You can't see this guy trying to go the soft approach because that might work in a situation. Like I said in my reaction video, they're trying to talk to you. They're trying to see if you want to change your mind. But of course you don't.
Niggas walked in.
Yes.
He's walking up. Put the window down.
Correct.
I try to talk to
Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess,
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door, my window over, right? And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights.
Okay, that's still
and then there's no rain.
Okay, there's no rain, but I'm looking at raindrops right here on the vehicle. So what are we talking about? Also, what you're talking about right now doesn't matter. It doesn't, because now you're under arrest. Go ahead and get out. And again, if you feel like you had your rights violated, go to court and figure it out that way. Ain't no point behind getting extracted from your vehicle. That's just stupid.
You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law
Yeah,
up?
when you step out of the car, I will.
Hey.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
Okay, let's go back.
Exit the vehicle now!
Now, is that a punch with your fingers like this? Is that a punch? Is that how a punch looks? Can I play this? Hold on. Let me see if I can play it like slow motion. All right. Turn the sound off. So now let's look at it in slow motion. Was that a punch? If you say yes, you're a liar. Don't lie. Look, listen. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to see something that looks one way, and then when you see another video, it looks different. It's okay to say, you know what? I made a mistake. It's totally fine. We're all human beings. But was that a punch or was it a slap? One more time. So that's one thing that we're going to debunk right now, that he did not get punched in the face. It was just a slap to say, yo, now it's time to comply, because we tried to be nice. We tried to baby you. We tried to hear you out, hear your stupid legal jargon on the side of the road. We tried that, but you're under arrest, and we don't have time to be on the side of the road with you talking about law, Googling statutes. We don't got time for that. Get out the car. What we're going to do is slap you right quick, just to let you know that we're serious, and time for talking and babying you is over with. One more time for the people in the back who did not see the slap rather than the punch. Somebody said hard slap. You funny. You guys are funny. You guys are the best. Okay, one more time for the slap. Again, no sound doing for this. And he's looking right in the camera. Boom. That was not a punch. So stop saying that. So now I'm right back in the camera. How I look? I'm right back in the camera because now I'm thinking, ching, 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 ding, ding, ding. I'm about to get money. Okay, let's go back to regular speed.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No.
It was a mush. Exactly. It was a mush. It wasn't even a slap. It was a mush. Man, I done got mush harder than that by my grandmama when I was like, when she was like 80 something years old. Like, that's really nothing. That's really nothing. So we got some strikes, okay? Let's see if we can see the strikes in slow-mo. All right, once he gets yanked out, let's see if we can see the strikes in slow-mo, shall we? All right, let's turn the sound down. And as he's getting yanked out, let's see what we see. All right. So now he's still up. Let's get you on down there to the ground, boss. All right, time for play is over with. Again, I'm playing it on slow speed so you can see what's going on. Okay. And then we got any strikes? Okay. He's going like this, like just hitting his thigh. He's not really hitting him. He's kind of hitting them like with the back of his fist. He's not even really hitting them. Again, this is what I'm talking about. This little roughing up was not intended to hurt him. It was not intended to really inflict pain. It was intended to gain his compliance, which is exactly what happened. Because before this, he's just in a car talking about car supervisor, I ain't getting out. Then once they extract him, hit him with a little mush. Then the Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Undertaker, Scott Steiner, fake WWE punches. Because he's soft and they know that amount of force will be enough to make him comply. Do I make sense? Am I preaching or not? Y'all let me know. Let's keep on going. And let's go here. Sound.
Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was on.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking. What's going on?
Now, some of y'all are mad about the cussing and stuff like that. This is Florida. If you come down there with this Portland, Oregon, please come out of the car and please, they're not going to respect you at all. They are not going to respect you. If you soft like that as a cop in these areas, you're not going to get anything accomplished. Go to Portland, Oregon, go to Boise, Idaho, go to some really white liberal place and do stuff like that. Matter of fact, if you go out there, you ain't gonna need no cops. But in a place like Jacksonville, you need these cops and you need them to act this way.
You're under arrest. That's what's going on. Yes, bro. Yes.
Local reason, bro.
This was funny. Hold on.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking. What's going on, man? You're under arrest. That's what's going on. Yes, bro. Yes.
No, bro. No. Yes, bro. Yes.
Reason, bro.
You
look on the phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's how it works.
When they asked me to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit. So your partner didn't even act.
Marijuana,
Hey, Florida is most certainly based. Florida and Georgia. Hey, Georgia, if you think this is bad, Georgia, what they like to do is pit maneuver you. And I love watching the pit maneuver videos on Atlanta Scoop, but ATL Scoop, ATL Uncensored. I love watching the pit maneuver videos. Okay, you want to go on a high-speed chase in your Kia Sorento, whatever you got, your Kia Singer, check it out. What's going to happen is you're going to get a Dodge Charger or a Challenger, whatever they got, the four-door Dodge, Hemi V8, all of that. It's going to be a GSP guy in there and his partner. They're going to corner you right on 285 and hit you with a pit maneuver. You're going to wish you just pulled over when you're flipping over the Jersey wall. You understand what I'm saying? But I digress.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, but I didn't do nothing.
Don't resist it, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I didn't do nothing. They told you to get out the car. No. License registration. No. I didn't do nothing. I got weed in my pocket. I got a knife in the car. No license. I didn't do nothing.
Can you back me up to the podcast? You bust my bro.
You start rescue. 1067.
Approximately 30-year-old Bravo Mike.
Last race.
I did.
The cops probably got hurt more than he did by trying to extract him, by having to get him out of there, dealing with broken glass, all that kind of stuff. You know, they probably got hurt more than he did. Now let's go to the actual vehicle and see what's in there. Oh, you know they got had the Jordans on. You already know what they got the guy that had the Jordans on. Always.
A lot of flat sticks.
Yes, Bravo Mike is blackmail. You got it. You got it.
From you?
Yeah, see that knife?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest concerns.
Yeah, you see what's rather closely.
There's
Dark hair?
Let's go to the sheriff out there in Jacksonville to see what he says. Now, I left this part in here on my video to illustrate to you guys just how together JSO is, just how on point and ahead of what you're going to say they are. They already know that things like this could happen. So as soon as it happens, they get out in front of it immediately. They put out body cam video. They put it on YouTube. They put it everywhere just for transparency's sake. And so you can see what's actually going on versus what social media says, which is not reality.
Social media is not reality. One video clip devoid of context can be very misleading. Given that McNeil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public.
Now, before he continues, let's go back to the knife. So the knife being right there on the floor of the driver's seat, that goes to potential intent to use it. If you got it right there on the floor, you ready to use it whenever you got to. You riding around, you see the ops, you're going to hop out, knife is right there, and you get to doing whatever. But I also think it's because he's soft. Look at the condition of his car. You can't keep a clean car. It's like some of these girls with dirty rooms. You're soft and you're scared, so you got the knife right there. And people that are soft and scared like that can be very dangerous because they go above and beyond and make things dangerous when there's no need to be dangerous. Just like with the traffic stop, there was no need to make that be dangerous, but because he's so soft and he's so scared, he made it dangerous. You see how it goes?
Reality. One video clip devoid of context can be very misleading. Given that McNeil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public. The administrative process is still ongoing, and as such, I will neither defend nor commend Officer Bauer's response to resistance until all the facts are known and the investigation is completed. However, as the leader of this agency, I will not remain silent while important facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. The truth is, William McNeil Jr. was non-compliant with JSO officers within 21 seconds after he was stopped for multiple civil infractions. His non-compliance quickly rose to the level of criminal resistance to a police officer. McNeil was arrested and pled guilty to resisting a police officer without violence. Force absolutely looks ugly. And because all force is ugly, whether or not the officer involved acted within outside JSO policy, that's still what we're investigating. The State Attorney's Office once again has reviewed the case materials and determined that Officer Bauer's actions are not criminal. Now JSO will conduct a thorough investigation to determine whether Officer Bowers acted appropriately with respect to JSO policy. When an officer does wrong, and I think every one of you know this and everyone that's listening, I will stand up here and tell you straight. And likewise, when officers justifiably use force, I'll stand up here also and I'll tell you straight. I ask the public for its patience as the administrative process is competently completed. Once we've determined whether Officer Bowers acted within policy or not, I will immediately share that determination with the public. Out of an abundance of caution, pending the outcome of this administrative review, Officer Bowers has been stripped of his law enforcement authority. Effective immediately, all video footage presented in this briefing is available on all JSO social media platforms.
There you go. So again, shout out to JSO for being very transparent, putting the full body camera video out. And I knew what it was straight from the beginning. When the guy put out his version of it, I could tell from the first frame of him. Hold on. Can I go back right quick? I just want to show like this like, hold on, I'm about to get it right here. When he was like in the camera looking, whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When he was in the camera looking at the camera, when he turned to the camera, put the camera up, I already knew that he was just trying to record this to get a payday eventually. And that he was going to be in the wrong. That's all. That's all that it was to it. And anybody that says anything else, I think maybe that comes from a place of not really knowing. I'm going to read some of the comments, but I'm going to also play a little bit from him because we see who's right there next to him. We see Ben Crump, but y'all knew that, right? Y'all knew that Ben Crump was going to be there, right? I hope that you guys did not get surprised right now by seeing him on your screen because I told y'all that it was about some money from the beginning, didn't I? Okay, but let's watch.
First of all, I want to thank God for bringing everybody here together, and thank y'all for supporting me. That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared. And that's it.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Like I said, he was scared, but his fear became, I'm about to get some money. Now I got an opportunity. And look at my brother in the back with the wicks. Hey man, you Florida guys with your wicks are out of this world, man. You Florida guys with your wicks out of this world. The like the singular dreads, you guys are out of this world. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that I'm correct? I saw a comment about, do I think someone is soft with a hunting knife? Come on, man. Let's understand the context. But you knew what I was saying. I'm not talking about. I collect knives. I got a lot of knives. I got a knife right here. Hold on. This is my favorite desk knife right here. I got a knife right here. But you know what I'm not gonna do is have an open, no holster, serrated knife on the floor of my vehicle. Why would I put it right there? Why would I do that? Why would my vehicle be so disgusting and dirty and have a knife right on top? That's like the kind of stuff that guys that smoke crack do. Disheveled vehicle with weapons all around. Like I might have showed you guys the one video, or it might have been on Donor Operator's channel, where there was a white guy who had pipe bombs, or at least one pipe bomb in the back of his car, and as the cop is going through it, it exploded. And his car lit the exact same way. You know, just kind of disheveled, stuff everywhere, not really safe. It's like having the gun just lying on the ground, you know, just ready to rock. Anybody could just go in there and touch it, hair trigger, and it go off. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of this here. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. It's one of my favorites. That's why I keep it right here. Yeah, I like the size of it, the weight, and then the pattern of the blade. It's kind of hard to focus, but you can see it's like a little pattern on it. I like it. One of my favorite little pocket knives. But I got a bunch of these. I got a K-bar, but in my K-bar, hold on, I'm gonna show you what I got. And pardon the loud noise. But I got a K-bar. I'm gonna show you kind of how that looks. And if I can find it, this is not quite the way my knife looks, but it's similar to it. It's similar. Yeah, so mine is kind of like this, but not quite. I don't have that handle on it. I'm not a big fan of that handle, but it looks kind of like that. And I have a holster that looks something like this. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to have that knife loose on the ground in my Ford Mustang on the driver's side with no holster. You would never see. If I had that knife in my car, it would be on me, or it would be like in the center console. It wouldn't be on the ground with no holster. That's just silly. That's just silly. It's like having the gun in your waist with no holster. It's like having, I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking too much. But I'm gonna read some of your comments and then I'm gonna keep going. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, let me see. David says it's just trying to get paid, of course. Bean said, I lost all mine in the boating accident. Of course. Yes. Butthead says I'm going to clean my car now after watching this. Hey, hopefully I didn't shame you into cleaning your car up for sure. Okay, Static says he pushed the glass away from the window and took out a chunk of glass. What in the slap? Rewatch it in slow-mo. Worth the 3-minute rewatch. Was a chunk of window glass the cop removed? Well, I mean, even if that's the case, he did come in contact with his face. So it wasn't really a slap. It was more like a mush. I think that's not necessarily something to even squabble about. I'm gonna show it again, but that's not really. People are not really gonna. That's not really a big issue. Hold on, let me go back to it right quick. Let me go back to it. All right, and let's do this. Put it up that way, and we're gonna do slow mo. Playback speed 0.25 the lowest. Okay. Let's show in slow-mo. I'm sorry for the cutoff. That's just the way my screen is set up. Nah, that wasn't him. That wasn't him slapping the glass. That was him slapping him or a little mush. Because the glass is right there. You know what I'm saying? So nah. What I said is right from the beginning. What I said is what I said in my first video is correct, period. But I'm gonna read some of you guys' comments. Okay, well, he punched him after he's out of the car. That little punch was nothing. Let's watch that so-called punch. Let's watch that so-called punch. All right. Let me skip ahead a little bit. So now, looking in the camera, how I look? My dreads and everything is nice. Okay, cool. Now, I didn't do nothing. And now he about to get taken out of the vehicle. I still got it on slow-mo, so pardon me skipping ahead like this. Okay, now we're going to see the infamous punch or lack thereof. Okay. So they're just trying to get him under control, trying to get him to the ground. And then the door slams. And then we got a little, man, I don't know, man. I feel like people have not really fought. I don't know. I don't really understand. That was nothing. And I'm playing it in slow-mo. So that right there, that's what we're talking about? That little, hold on. Let's play it in real time. Let's play it in real time. Man, nah. That was nothing. That was literally nothing. Come on, guys. We can't be that soft, really. We can't really. Rodney King was somebody that got beat up. That guy did not get beat up. They just were trying to get control of him to get him arrested so he wouldn't hurt himself, really. The cops got hurt worse than he did because of the glass they had to extract. Yeah, let me see. Jen J says, nothing? Okay, dude. What if it were your son? You don't like us, you? Okay. So I guess that I'm anti-black, right? Okay. But I defended Carmelo Anthony. But you see what you want to see, right? If it was my son, I would have punched him in the face if it was my son. Man, listen, I would never do that. I would never do that. Ever. That's just not something I would do. Like, I'll be more afraid of my parents. I'll be more afraid, and really by that age, listen, when I was like 16 years old, I was pretty much an adult. And I moved like an adult. I did not do things like that, ever. I would never do that. I get pulled over. Why am I trying to fight? I'm not going to be having no serrated knife in the car, filthy vehicle, weed, suspended. I'm not going to behave like that. I'm not going to move like that. And I'm from the hood, so I don't want to hear this, Silver Spoon, where? We went hard. We were never on welfare. My mother worked very hard. My father worked very hard. I worked very hard. I don't want to hear nobody talking about no sob story or nothing like that. You got punched in the face by the cops because you were behaving poorly. That's your fault. That's your fault. Guys I know that get locked up, they take accountability. I know guys that didn't call me. Listen, I have friends of mine on the run. Hey man, I'm about to get locked up, man, but it ain't no big deal. They're not crying about having to deal with the police. They accept their responsibility. And guys, furthermore, real street guys don't move like that. Can I show you something else? Okay, can I show you something else? Because before I read comments, I want to show you this. Now, do you remember Mr. Kilmar Abrego Garcia? Do you remember that? Let's not forget that Mr. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was pulled over right in MAGA country, Middle Tennessee, with a van full of illegal aliens. This is a super federal crime. You're talking about you going to the penitentiary, you getting deported, all that. ICE going to be involved, the Fed's going to be involved, all that. This is an actual crime. What happened to that guy right there became a crime because of the resisting. All it was a suspended license, a $500 fine. It's nothing to do all that about. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was so charming and nice, yet he had a whole federal case going on. And because he was cooperating and didn't have to get extracted, there was no police brutality, no fighting or nothing. Let's watch some of this, shall we?
And you? All right. Everything good? You got a bunch of people in here, don't you? It's 1%. Yes. Go back to work. Gotcha. Where are you working at? Where? Where? San Luis, Missouri. Missouri? Yes, sir. Gotcha. Okay. But I'm from Maryland. Okay. Now the reason.
So you see how he's behaving. He has a car full of illegals. There was so many illegals in there. He had to retrofit the vehicle with another row to fit more illegals in there. Okay, he got locked up for this, human trafficking. But yet there was no extraction. There was no nothing. Because he understood how to behave. Real street guys know how to behave. Guys like that, they don't really get it. So then you got to treat them a certain kind of way. I know I'm talking a long time. It's fine. It's fine. Y'all be all right. It's fine. It's okay. I'm just reading comments and I'm not showing no more videos until we get to the next one. Okay. Then I got to show Hunter talking about, hey, my next video is Hunter talking about how much he loves smoking crack. Okay. Let me see. Yes, his car was rigged to hold more people. That's right, Carolyn. Yes. Okay. Casey says society too soft and politically correct now. I'm in my 50s. I saw crap like this send people to jail in the 70s, 80s when I was a kid. Exactly. Gaia says, I'm old enough and lucky enough to have my dad. Man, oh man, if I messed up, he showed me how it is. Absolutely. 100%. RP says the attitude was escalating. The attitude he had was escalating the situation, and the cops encounter deadly people every day. They shouldn't put up with that from any color. Exactly. Okay. Did I do a video on Sonia Massey? I'm sure I did. I done forgot that case by now. I don't even know what I said, to be totally honest with you. I think that I was saying that she probably did do something to herself, and there's no evidence that she didn't. People think that she did not hurt herself, but how do you know that? Where's the evidence? I'm not going to say that the police did something when I have no evidence of them actually doing that. Okay. Thank you, Steve. Steve says, hey, man, it's still the ABL show. Talk all you want. Thank you. Okay. All righty. But look, here's what I'm going to say, and then I move forward because I got more I want to show. If anybody got a problem with what I said, I'm opening the phone lines in about an hour and a half or so. Feel free to call me in about an hour and a half. So about 10:30 or so p.m. Eastern time, give me a call. The number will be in the box. And when it's time for the calls, I will alert you. You could talk to me about what you got going on. We can have a conversation. How's that? Okay. Now, Hunter, can anybody tell me why they're putting Hunter on TV or on podcasts? Like, what is he doing? Is he trying to become the president? During this interview that I'm going to show some of, he said something about, oh, if I was to be there in 2 years, beware. Now, this was funny because the rap icon from Virginia, Pusha T, part of the Clips, they got a really good rollout right now. Shout out to them. Part of his whole thing is about rapping about cocaine. And he retweeted Hunter. So don't be surprised if you see Hunter Biden on a rap album with this sample talking about how much he loves to smoke crack. Okay? Let's watch.
The only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat, literally. That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar of cocaine and baking soda.
How different is the experience?
It's vastly, vastly different. And like for real, I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall.
Now, let's pause. Okay. First of all, some of the reactions to this, I was reading comments. They're talking about, oh, he sounds so eloquent. Eloquent. I think a lot of people have not been around crackheads. He sounds just like Whitney Houston, Bobby. Like when I hear him, I hear a crackhead talking. But that's just me. Okay, let's keep on going.
That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No.
Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Anybody want to listen, we've seen people be destroyed by crack. Entire neighborhoods destroyed. Crackheads. We've seen crackheads acting a complete fool while high on drugs. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen family members like during the crack time. I saw it with my own two eyes. You can't tell me that they don't act any differently. Furthermore, have you ever met a crack baby? I have, and they have some problems. So to say that, oh, it's not really a big deal, it's like alcohol, that is someone who just enjoys to smoke crack. It's a crack smoker defending. He's a crack apologist.
Yes. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing?
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack that is really insidious. And what it is that anytime, I think one of the reasons that they believe that smoking cigarettes is so addictive is because it combines three really important things.
This guy is having a euphoric discussion. That's what's going on. He's like talking about he's giving you like a highlight reel of what the crack smoke is like. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna play a little bit more than I'm done with this one.
It's habit forming. There's an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learned very early.
He's doing the motion of smoking crack on this podcast. Am I tripping, or do you guys see it as well? He's doing the crack smoke motion right now, right in front of our eyes.
Even as children, with a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, to breastfeeding. Okay, so I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I'm no expert, but I do know this, is that you combine with that ignition, combustion, and then you combine the ritual. You have your cigarette in the morning, you have a cigarette when you get out of the car.
All right, there we go. So he's just talking about all the ways that he got hooked on crack. I mean, what I heard was, here's how much I love crack. This is why I love crack. That's what I heard. I don't know about y'all. Now listen, I wanted to show Whitney Houston. A lot of you guys might be young and you didn't see her when she was out there talking about crack and stuff like this.
Of emotional.
Okay, hold on. The crack is whack.
Stress. And my eating habits were awful.
Reportedly, at one point, she weighed just 96 pounds on her 5'7" frame. Television executives were so startled by her appearance at that tribute concert, she was electronically fattened up for viewers at home.
I remember this when it happened. I watched this live when it happened back in the day. I was completely like, oh my goodness, she looks crazy. She might have been like, I'm talking about 100 pounds soaking wet right here at 5 foot. She was tall. She was a tall woman. No fat on the body because she was smoking crack.
Did you see that they took electronic devices and changed it for the air?
They did it for me and a few other people.
Other people too? Other people, yes. Because that sparked that whole thing where the headlines were saying, Whitney is dying.
No, Whitney was dead.
Whitney dying. Crack rehab fails.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. That's the famous line right there. So when I'm listening to Whitney talk, I'm hearing Hunter as well. They have the same type of choppy, and RIP to Whitney. I'm not trying to make fun. RIP to Whitney. And how did she die? Surrounded by drugs. Oh, but it's fine, right? Crack ain't no big deal, right? All right, Hunter. All right, Hunter, whatever. It's okay. It is okay. Now let's move forward. So we got some breaking news happening right now today. IRS has lost 25% of its IT workforce since Trump took office. So we're slimming down these agencies. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. That's a big part of the reason why I voted for Trump, because the government got way too big. It got way too omnipotent to the point where your local government meant nothing. So I'm glad that they're starting to reduce that. And to be totally honest, if you went ahead and just eliminated the IRS, that'd be nice, but that might not be too realistic. So yeah, shout out to Trump for that. Shout out to Trump for that. Okay. Now we got to drop in the migrant crossings. We got to drop. Let's watch this.
Hit the border with Mexico, where there is little question that Trump is fulfilling a campaign promise.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted.
In a matter of months, migrant crossings have hit record lows. Apprehensions at the southern border dropped to 6,072 in the month of June, a massive reduction from the 83,532 apprehensions recorded in June of last year.
Over 25 miles of concertina wire our U.S. Marines put up for us.
Acting Patrol Chief Jeffrey Stallnacher tells us the San Diego sector has seen a significant drop in illegal entries.
And what that has done, it's allowed us to get our agents back on the border to do their traditional work. In addition to that, we have maximized consequences. It can be an immigration consequence or a consequence because of a criminal history, something that they've done in the past.
So in other words, if they come across, you find out they have criminal history, they go to jail and probably be kicked out later. Or if they don't, they're just immediately
repatriated. So criminal history and immigration.
All right, so yeah, shout out to Trump for that. Now I got to add one thing here about Alligator Alcatraz. One thing that DeSantis said today was that everyone who's at Alligator Alcatraz is there voluntarily. Again, everyone at Alligator Alcatraz is there voluntarily. Before they go there, they're offered a ride back to the house. Hey, okay, Mr. Chinese illegal alien, we can send you over there, or you can go back to China. What you trying to do? I want to go to Alligator. All right, come on. That's what's happening. They're not just being sent. They're not just being kidnapped in the middle of the night, thrown in the. Nah, you got two options. Sign this. Hey, sign this right now. Go back to where you came from, or Alligator Alcatraz. Your choice. So if you don't want to go home, why is that my responsibility? And ultimately, once you go to Alligator Alcatraz, you're going to be processed and still deported. So you're only delaying the inevitable. What my man earlier. You're delaying the inevitable. We're still going to deport you. So it's fine. Now, speaking about leaving, a lot of Californians, they are fleeing. And with the illegal aliens being kicked out, I suspect that more of them are going to flee, because part of why they went to California was for that labor force to be there so they could kind of live in the rich kind of enclave and not really do anything but just be rich. Now they want to go somewhere else where there's another workforce that they can just get services from. And when that area becomes oversaturated, it's going to cause another migrant crisis because they got to go right there. Funny how the migrants that Kilmar had were caught right in Middle Tennessee, but that's a different story. Let's watch.
Packing up their U-Hauls, and they are saying bye-bye. Once again, a new study is showing that more people are moving out of California than actually moving in.
Well, it's actually 5 years in a row, Jessica, that more people have been using their U-Hauls to go than to come in. But the numbers are not that big. In fact, not as big this year as in previous years, but 5 years in a row is consistent. It's given our high cost of living Experts say expect that number to continue.
Is it going or coming? If it's a truck on a Bay Area U-Haul lot, it's more likely going.
And I'm using the U-Haul just to get some stuff over to the new condo.
A new condo, a new state. U-Haul's latest stats say by a slim 51 to 49%, more people are leaving California than moving here.
It's just to find a better opportunities for them and their families.
For the 5th year in a row.
It does not surprise me. We definitely see outflow of people.
Silicon Valley realtor Lindsay Gridley says it's less likely remote workers moving. Now it's our extremely high housing prices sending people to other places.
So if they don't need to be here anymore for jobs, then they choose to leave based on cost of housing, taxes, all the other factors that go into our very high cost of living here.
I'm going to try to guess some of the places that they're going. Nevada, Arizona, Florida. You tell me more.
Those are the retirees. The techies are going to a couple
Texas?
different places. Yes, Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Far, far less expensive housing. And that's why you get all those Facebook posts from your friends saying, look at the house I have that I paid half for. Yeah. So you see a lot of those.
I just delete.
All right, there we go. So that's what we're talking about out there in California. But of course, one of you guys said that they're also coming here to Tennessee. Okay, they're coming to Tennessee. The In-N-Out Burger lady, she has now moved the second headquarters to Franklin, which is right out there. That's like Williamson County. That's like right south of Nashville. A lot of rich people out there. Country music stars live out there. Very expensive to live. Franklin, Brentwood, very, 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 very expensive. You go out there to that neck of the woods, you're going to see houses that look like something you would see in California because they're built in their own little exclave. They're built in their own little exclave out there in Williamson County. Now, they're all over the state of Tennessee, but really they're right there in Williamson. That's their epicenter, right there by Nashville.
We're building an office in Franklin, so I'm actually moving out there. And
wow, how do you feel about that? You're like a California girl through and through, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really loved living in Northern California, and I'm so thankful that I grew up there because I think it changed a lot of who I am today. You know, I think I would be different if I was raised in Southern California. But there, like you said, there's a lot of great things about California, but raising a family is not easy here.
Now, this is, what's her name? Lindsay. Her name is Lindsay Snyder, the president of In-N-Out. They have moved another headquarters, or they will move another headquarters to Franklin, Tennessee, which again, that's like south of Nashville, right in the Nashville area, and a very, very, very expensive part of the state. That's probably the most expensive part of Tennessee, right where the Californians have moved to, okay, en masse. Again, they're all over the state. They come in here, Chattanooga, they come in everywhere, but really they be right there in that particular area. So what do y'all think about that? Anybody in Tennessee? Are you welcoming of the Californians? Like what's really going on? Okay, now going back to California. This is I believe, city council meeting in Los Angeles because and they're mad in the council meeting because of the safety. There's an issue with safety, there's a problem, and they are expressing themselves at the city council meeting. Check it out.
In Encino tonight, there are hundreds of people here expressing their concerns and frustration. They don't feel safe right now.
I grew up in the city. No one ever thought we needed guns in a safe room in our house to be safe.
You don't even feel safe in your own home anymore. And things need to change. And they're telling us they don't have the resources for change. We need to get the resources.
Hundreds of people there flooding the room and into the hallway, motivated by recent burglaries and last week's double murder inside an Encino home.
Send the message to the criminals that if you want to come in Encino or anywhere in the LA city or anywhere in this county, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted by my office, and you will be punished by the courts. That is exactly what we intend to communicate to the would-be criminals, that LA County is no longer fair game for their criminal actions.
Do you think criminals are getting that message so far?
I think we've seen trend lines going in the right direction.
We pay our taxes and we live in fear. This is not a life. I'm indigenous to California. I have never seen anything like this. I've been in Encino since 2001. Our taxes are high, our services are low. Please, Karen Bass, hear our voice.
All right, there we go. So California residents, they're restless. They don't like what's going on. Karen Bass, got a little issue. Oh, by the way, did I show you guys Karen Bass's family? Okay, do y'all know that she's Mexican? Did y'all know that? Kind of like Kamala, right? Pretending to be black, but not really. Okay. I think I showed y'all her granddad. Yeah, I showed y'all the granddad, but I didn't show you her husband. Y'all give me a second. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. There we go. So, Karen Bass, mayor of Los Angeles. First, let me get a picture of her so you know who I'm talking about when I'm showing these pictures. And then I'm going to show you what's really going on. Okay? So, when you see Miss Karen Bass, what you see? Black woman, right? That's what you think? Black woman? That's what she kind of leans into. Black artist in that. Again, this is the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. Okay, that's her right now, today. That's present day, how she looks. Now, let's do a little bit of digging. This is her grandfather, and I'm not sure who the bowhead little boy is. Is that her dad with the big bow tie on? I don't know. Probably. Who knows? But her grandfather came from Mexico and was able to gain citizenship as he went to the military. Honorable guy from what I know, but you got to have some context because you think somebody's one thing, but they might not be that. And then when you realize their actual identity, then things start to make a little bit more sense, right? It makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Now, that's granddad, probably your dad with the little bow cut and the tie. Now, here is Karen Bass with her husband back in the day and one of their daughters. So now we're seeing what's going on here, right? Oh, I'm blackity black. I can't tell where. Where? Listen, when you see me, you know what it is. But when you see them, it might be a little bit different, racially ambiguous. But again, I don't care what color you are. You could be black, white, Puerto Rican, and candy stripe. My issue was when people lean into a certain ideology or a certain race, when they lean into that race, like Kamala, Karen Bass, etc., Pocahontas, and they're not really that, it's like, why lie? Why not just be honest about what's going on? Kamala, when she was Attorney General in California, it was the first South Asian Attorney General, Asian this, Asian that. Then when it came time to become Vice President, all of a sudden she's black. Now me, I've never claimed to be anything other than what I am. I'm not racially ambiguous, nor am I trying to be. I'm just being me. But these politicians are a little bit different. Now, speaking about politicians being different, this woman, this is an older video, but this woman's talking about she wants some of the migrants in her district because of redistricting.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here. I'm from Brooklyn.
All right, there we go. So, hey, send the migrants my way. That's an older video, but still, you get the gist of what's going on. Now, these are allegedly LA Crips talking about they're going to support. Hold on. I want to say it right. These are LA Crips ready to go to war against ICE. Now, I'm not quite sure these are Crips, okay? These guys looking like they might be out there with 100 bodies smoking crack. They're out there in MacArthur Park in LA. That's like a junkie hangout, ain't it? Why are you out there in that area if you are not a fiend? Anyway, let's hear from these so-called LA Crips.
Gotta stand up for our rights or die behind it, on my soul. I got a son I'm raising, so I want my son to be a real man.
Y'all wanna go to war? We gonna really go to war. That's how it's gonna come down to. If these niggas really want to go to war, we can go to war. All that kumbaya, all that marching and all that saying shit that rhyme, that sound cool, it look cute on camera. It's time to really be militant. It's time to make sure you got your mace. Make sure you got your facial protection. Make sure you got the things that you need when you outside. All that holding hands, All that holding hands and all that MLK shit, that shit out, bro.
We gotta stand up.
And you know what? The craziest part about this is, first of all, when I was in LA, you don't even see nobody black out there. You guys are way outnumbered. It's mostly black, pardon me, it's mostly white and Hispanic out in LA. You guys are way outnumbered. Second of all, the Hispanics don't like y'all like that in LA. It is what it is. They don't like y'all like that. So why are you going to try to fight for them? I'm not saying all migrants are Hispanic, but that's what they are talking about. They don't like you. Why are you trying to fight for them? You pretty much out here like a crack smoker, hanging on to the edge of society. You're on the fringes, barely able to get anything going on, scrambling for a little bit of money in the street. Why are you wanting to fight for them? They're not going to do anything for you. Look at your condition right now. What have they done for you? Nothing? Bro, you guys got to stop that, man. Hey, you guys got to stop that. Okay, you guys have to quit. All right, but if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, I'm going to show this video with a little bit of cussing in it, pardon me. A little teeny bit of cussing. With Jon Stewart, I ain't going to show too much, like a second of it. I just want to show it to show you a pattern of how they behave on TV and how normies kind of get influenced by the behavior of their favorite late night talk show host. All right, let's watch some of this here.
Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself!
Okay, so this is in response to Colbert Show being canceled. Now, first of all, a black choir, is that what we be doing, Jon Stewart? You got to get a black choir to start cussing. Is that entertainment? I guess it is. And then here's Colbert on saying the same thing.
Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings."
Hey, Colbert, you're going to miss President Trump so badly. You're going to miss him because I'm pretty sure that the majority of your shtick is about Trump. You got a pretty good Trump impression because you've been working on it for the past 10 years. That's been your whole lifeline since 2015 as President Trump. So you've become very good at doing his impression, but I digress.
How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go f yourself. On Friday,
and the crowd goes wild. Hey, was that entertaining to y'all? Did y'all enjoy that little talk right there from Colbert? Is that what you want to go watch at night, every night? I don't know about y'all, but I'm good. Don't worry about it. Let's keep on going. Now, this is what they do to their audience, you see, because their audience is listening to them and they take on a lot of their characteristics. Or it could be the other way around, but I think it's what I said from the beginning.
A message to straight white conservative men.
They can go themselves, actually.
Can I hear your best liberal scream?
It's from my gut. Yeah.
Come on. Do you have a message to straight white conservative men?
They can go themselves.
They're all saying the same thing. Orange man bad. Russia. It's like whenever they put out something on TV, they astroturf it. They put it in front of your face a lot and make you say it a lot. And then you start to hear that become part of the regular language of people. TikTok does that as well. There's certain little words they say from TikTok that I'm not going to ever use. What they say, whitey rather than white people. It's like, man, come on. I'm not saying stuff like that. I'm not 15 years old anyway. Now, whose church is this? Okay, now let's pause because we got music in the background. I'm not trying to get copyrighted, but there's a lot going on here. So first of all, we're in a church. They're playing Lady Gaga Poker Face, and they have pieces of an LGBT flag, and they're dancing around with it. Like, I'm not really sure what the purpose of the dance is. Is this like praise night? Or are we praising the actual LGBT flag? I'm not quite sure what's happening. But hey, there are a lot of churches out there that do stuff like this, but I believe there's many more, the overwhelming majority that's not like this. But, and when I was younger, going to church, I never would have thought I would see this kind of thing in church. I never would have thought that I would see that, but here we are, man. 2025 is different, ain't it? 2025 is so different. All right. And yes, somebody said R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. Speaking about music, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne, the legend. Hey, Ozzy lived a long life and he was almost bulletproof because doing what he did, the drugging and drinking and carrying on, he probably should have been dead. But God said, no, we got a purpose for you. You're not going to die quite yet. So he pretty much died of old age rather than dying after getting, completely out of his mind on drugs when he was like 30-something years old. So yeah, R.I.P. to Ozzy, and also R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo on The Cosby Show. R.I.P. to him. Now, this is interesting. Shout out to Nick Shirley, one of the best IRL guys in the political space, I guess you would say. Kind of like Peter Santinello, younger version of him. What he's going to show right now is how Minnesota is becoming Islamified. Old churches are now mosques.
Cloud, this is one of the many Islamic centers here. This is a mosque here, but something that's super interesting about this mosque right here, it actually used to be a Lutheran church. You can see right here on the backdrop of this wall right here, this used to be a Lutheran church. So that just shows how much of the population has shifted from Christian to Muslim as far as the people in the population here inside of this town, as this used to be a Lutheran church. Now it's an Islamic mosque. So right here is the St. Cloud University, and we were just at that mosque right there, and then if you go another block over, there's another mosque. And then what's interesting is right next to this mosque right here, there's a Presbyterian church. So you have two churches right next to each other, one worshiping Allah and the other worshiping God. Depending on who you talk to as far as Allah and God, they are referred as the same person. However, the Islamics use the word Allah to refer to their God. How would you say the Islamic community is here?
It's pretty deep in it. It's a lot of people, right? It's pretty big. They all they're pretty, like, they come together, right?
Would you say there's more Muslims than there are Christians here in this area?
I would say so. I would think so. Yeah, I would say so. Yes, sir.
And how do you feel about the rise of Islam here in the United States?
I don't really know too much personally. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know too much about Islam.
So I'm gonna ask y'all, Islam, is it a problem right now? How you feel about it rising in the United States? Because it is rising, because what we just saw with the church, with the LGBT, a lot of young men especially are being drawn toward it. And that's always been the case. Islam has always appealed to young men. That's been the thing that's been true throughout the history of time, especially with the church kind of being weak. And then when you bring in people from other parts of the world, like in Minnesota, the issue is the Somalis, because they Muslim and they speak like their own kind of Arabic dialect, kind of a little bit. So that's why you got so many mosques versus the churches, is because of the influx of Muslim people. And then when they're here and they set roots, then they begin to kind of spread their ideology and their lifestyle, because people see it. It might be kind of attractive. Oh, this guy's living, he looks pretty nice. His wife looks nice. Maybe I might want to do something like that. And then that's kind of how it spreads. Is that a good thing, bad thing? Not really a big deal. You let me know in the comments what you think about that. Okay. The church probably closed by, it didn't close by force. It probably just closed because the population changed. That's all that it is to it. The population changed, and then they had to keep on moving. Okay. Now, can we show some of this here about the food deserts? Because I got another clip that I did not show about someone who lived in Laos, China, under food rations. And when you hear how much her family got, it's going to be mind blowing. But first, let's talk about Pocahontas supporting Mamdani and the food desert situation.
He said, we've got a problem with entire food deserts where people can't get access to grocery stores. Said, I'd like to take a look at whether or not we can have some kind of, like we do on military bases, you have some kind of support from the city government that says we're going to get some food grocery stores in areas that right now are food deserts. And by the way, it's a new and fresh plan for New York City, but it's been tried in other cities around the country and has had some real successes. So what I hear Mom Dami saying is, I want to try things to make it work for working families. And you know what? This is how democracy works. A lot of people in New York City said, that sounds good to me. I'd rather try that than any of the other alternatives available to me.
All right, so there we go. So again, Mom Donnie's idea is to have, I guess, taxpayer, basically like communist style grocery stores. Now here is one of these stores in reality, and you can see the empty shelves.
It's clear this Sunfresh at 31st and Prospect is struggling. This is the first section people see when they come in. There's barely any produce. A lot of the coolers and shelves around the store look the same way, empty. So shoppers have been asking us, if the store isn't closing, then where's all the food? A rotten smell comes through the door, and anywhere you turn, you'll see products that need to be restocked. No hot food or deli.
I watch people walk in and walk out.
The grocery store has received financial assistance from the city, but has been unable to keep those shelves stocked in an area that in the past has often been referred to as a food desert.
Around here, a good thing don't last too long.
And it will impact a lot of people and a lot of families.
The city owns the Linwood Shopping Center. A nonprofit operates the grocery store. It's clear.
See, that right there is exactly what he wants to do in New York, speaking about Mom Donnie. And you can see the results of it. It doesn't work. It never works. A food, like I said in my video, a food desert is a desert because of the community in which the desert exists. It's just like, okay, you want to try to put a water park in a Sahara desert. It's like, you're in a desert. What are you going to do? You have to fix this desert and make it not be a desert anymore in order to get a water park. You can't sustain it because you don't have any water. You can't sustain a grocery store in these food desert areas because the local community does not have the money to be able to afford it. That you won't make any money right there. And people who have any money in this community are not going to go there. They rather would go a little bit further out in their car to Walmart and buy food versus going to this rinky-dink ghetto stinking grocery store. Why would I want to go here? For what? And that's in Kansas City, Missouri. If I got a car in Kansas City, I'm going to go to Walmart or somewhere if I want to get some cheap food rather than that store right there. Why would I go there? The guy said it, guys, people walk in and walk out, meaning I walk in, I smell it, ain't no food. I'm right back in my car. That's all. But yeah, now this is Lily Tang Williams talking about the rations she got under Mao's China.
Hi, I'm cooking dinner, and this is a kind of vegetarian dish. Eggplant and green beans boiled in water, and normally we would just put on rice, maybe put some hot sauce on. That's what it means when I grew up poor and food rationing. We had a limited meat supply, egg supply. Is this what the Madani wants? Government-run grocery stores? Everybody live on food rationing? I still like my pork. There's a pork chop from the farm. Have good dinner.
All right, so some of the numbers, I'm reading some of these numbers as far as what the rations were under Mao. So, matter of fact, she wrote a caption. Let me just read this right quick. She says, when I grew up poor in Mao's China, we lived on food rations with 2.7 pounds protein, all meats, eggs, total per month for a family of 5. So imagine 2.7 pounds of protein for 5 people in a month. That's your ration. Imagine that. Boiling veggies was a common dish because pork fat or oil was a luxury. Is this what you want from Mom Donnie's government grocery stores? Socialism sucks. 2.7 pounds. Some of y'all big backs eat that in one night, but I ain't gonna trip. I ain't gonna insult nobody right now. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff that'll help me out tremendously. Okay, we got some pricing here. Some of these donuts. Do you guys buy donuts? Like Krispy Kremes? How much do you pay for a dozen? I've not bought any big bag stuff like this lately, so I'm not really sure what the pricing is.
They have officially lost their mind. I like Krispy Kreme a lot, but I don't like it $7.49 for 3-pack a lot. I don't like it for $12.49 for half a dozen. And I definitely don't like a $20 dozen of any kind of donut. Ain't no donut that good.
All right, now you know what? That might be a good deterrent, okay? You don't need the donuts. If you're over there squabbling about how much the donuts cost, you know what? You probably shouldn't get it. You probably should spend that $20 on something that's a little bit more nutritious rather than a big ball of sugar, because that's what it is. Ain't nothing but sugar. Okay, I'm not trying to, and you know what? I'm not trying to get a 12-pack of donuts. If I eat a donut, I'm going to have a donut or one that's not so chopped with sugar. A piece of bread with some dope with some powder, some sugary powder. Yeah, one of them nasty donuts you get from your grandma or something like that. But not nothing like, not nothing like that. That's just diabetes. Diabetes all day long. Okay, now, my video I put out, the short video I put out about the guy. Remember the guy who was on the food stamps? Some of y'all said, "Oh, that's fake ABL. Why would you put this stuff out?" Listen, that video was 100% real. And if you don't remember, let me play some of this. Then you'll kind of understand what's going on. And then I'm going to play some more videos that talk about this from different people as far as food stamps being able to get this amount of money from it.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now, what am I supposed to do? Huh? So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration, all this shit, whatever, that all these cuts and whatever he's doing over there, now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay. I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills.
So that was the first video, right? Some of y'all said that was fake ABL. Why would you play that? He didn't get that much money. Oh, no. Don't worry. Hey, I got you. I am here for you. I got you. Now, this woman on EBT is shopping for 6 kids. 6 kids, no budget. It's all free. This is going to kind of infuriate you a little bit. So trigger warning, okay? When you see their carts, you're going to get a little bit mad, because I was, okay? And they're going to show you how much. They're going to show you receipts from the store of how much they spent on all this junk they're going to buy. All right? Oh, he's trolling. Do you think he's trolling for real? Okay.
Hey, guys.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey. Grocery day.
You already know what's going on.
EBT.
It don't matter. And
right.
Who all got anything negative to say, you will be blocked and your ass will not be on our page, because we're not with all that. We here to support what we do to feed our 6 kids that we have at home. We also do have everything
is legit
documented at the food stamp office, so we don't need people to just say what they don't know nothing about us. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it cordial.
Come with us on our shopping trip.
Let's go to Kroger's first.
Yep.
I gotta breathe a little bit, man, because I'm really getting infuriated right now. I gotta. Okay, I'm all right. I'm good.
We don't know what our budget is. We're just here to shop,
so go with us.
Yeah. We're here at Kroger's with the family. Let's go. This time we are trying a black diamond watermelon. They're supposed to be the sweetest watermelons.
They always start with the fruits and the veggies. Always. But when you see the cart, you're going to really see what's going on at the end.
And their private selection. And they're seedless. That's what we got so far.
So look, okay, we got some We got chili beans. What is that? Bulldog? What is that pink thing right there at the top? Do y'all know what that is? We got, is this Vienna sausages in a bag? Hey, I have never, look, I didn't seen some stuff, right? But I've never seen a bag of Vienna sausages. That's something different. Okay, we got all kind of canned stuff. Chili beans, potatoes. All right, a lot of carbohydrate. Velveeta. Hey, listen. If you ever want, look, okay. If you got a question, hey ABL, what's your kryptonite? What's the thing that would put you in the hospital? Velveeta. Hey, listen. Check this out. Before I continue, I just want to say something right quick. Y'all gotta bear with me, please. Hey, I ain't gonna take all night, but please bear with me. Listen. If I go to your house for Thanksgiving and you pull out Velveeta, I'm leaving. Bro, I'm sorry. I apologize, but I can't be around that, man. If I smell it, I'm going to immediately vomit. So let's not. But anyway.
It's the little things. So.
We got bread. We have white bread, like Walmart brand bread. Marshmallows. Gluten-free is funny. We got Eggo waffles. We got, what's that? Sunny Delight? I don't know what that is.
This is all the things.
What is that right there? What is that Delight stuff? Look at this cart. We got oodles and noodles, Pop-Tarts, toaster treats, fake Pop-Tarts.
We got, this is buggy number 1.
Sprite.
All the things we wanted and we needed. Dog food included. The child in between the buggies. Here's
pancakes and sausages in a box.
Buggy number 2.
A box of sausage, egg, and cheese croissants. A box of macaroni and cheese. Why you got the Velveeta for? Are you going to put the Velveeta on the box macaroni? Oh my God, no. What? Popsicles, of course. You got to have popsicles.
You know, this is not everything that we needed for our household, but this is just what we want on our Kroger haul. So we're going to check out. So when we started, we had 1 buggy. Now we got 3 buggies. Yes, Kroger's. Our first total was
$657.
And with our coupons and our weekly digital coupons, we saved how much?
It says right there, EBT food purchase. You see right there? It says EBT food purchase. So they're not lying. Okay, and can I see the balance? Well, they said $496. So they spent $489, I believe, in food stamps just for this one ticket right here.
We saved $88.35.
Yes, so we only spent
$489.63.
Let's go, Kroger's. Yes, smart shopping. Now we about to head home and do another video of us putting it up. Hey guys, we made it home. We're packed down.
Like literally, the whole back is packed in.
Now, hold on. Somebody said to skip the produce. Now, they ain't skip remember, they started with the watermelon, remember? I told you, they always start with the fruits and the vegetables, and then they go straight to the junk. They had boxes of, pigs in the blanket, sausage with pancakes on it in the box. Like, if you eat that, man, I don't know how y'all do it, man. You must got, someone's made a titanium. You got vibranium in your stomach if you eat that. We got one more talking about food stamps and stuff like this. Just so you know, that first guy, the white guy, was not just trolling, because even if he was, this is a real thing that goes on in this country, okay? With the fraud, waste, and abuse of food stamps.
Okay, we listen and we don't judge. Yes, I have 7 kids, and I am currently pregnant right now with my 8th child.
Hold on.
I am currently pregnant right now with my 8th child.
8 kids, okay?
7 baby daddies and another one. I got 8 baby daddies.
So 8 kids with 8 baby daddies. Y'all can sit there and say that she's trolling, but I see this person every day.
Yes, we're getting 3K in food stamps. Yes, we are killing it, honey.
We're getting 3K in food stamps.
Yes, we're getting 3K in food stamps. Yes.
See, what happens when you have different dads, they're able to kind of, that's the game, having more than one baby daddy. I've seen that before. And that's probably why the white guy was able to get so much, because they had the baby mamas. Okay, if it's just one woman, that's one thing. But if you got 6 households, hey.
Yes, we are killing it, honey. We are killing it. No, I'm not ashamed. I've been a mom since age 14. I got pregnant at age 14 with my first child. I've been doing this by myself and getting help.
By yourself?
From the government. Why not get help from the government? I'm a single parent. I'm a single mother out here raising these kids by myself. So yes, all of them on child support. So I'm getting all those child support checks, and I'm getting my 3K in food stamps. I have a food stamp plug that helps me.
Need I say more? See, and the reason, I won't try to pick on nobody, but the reason why I played those 2 clips of her and then the young ladies in the grocery store is to just prove the point about the white guy. It's like that kind of thing happens. It happens. It really does. Look, if I could just be the king and just rule and just do whatever I wanted, it won't be no food stamps. It'll be, you get a box of food and that'd be it. And if you can't survive off of that, then oh well. Okay. Now, speaking about food, okay, this person made dinners for their family of 9 last week. Okay. Now let's check them out and then see what we got. I like what I see so far. I'm seeing some asparagus. What's this? Some tomatoes. I like what I see. That's a lot of meat on the plate, but it looks good. Let's check it out.
Here's all the dinners I made for my family of 9 last week. I started off on Monday with grilled skirt steak, roasted potatoes, and roasted asparagus with cherry tomatoes. I served this with a chimichurri and horseradish sauce, which in my opinion makes the dish.
That's a pretty good portion right there. Like, I would eat that for 1 meal in a day. And maybe like one more, like some peanuts or something like that, like some trail mix or something. But I would eat that for my 1 meal in a day.
Sauce, which in my opinion makes the dish. On Tuesday, we had miso honey chicken with asparagus. I served this with white rice, and it was so good. Everything cooked right in the sheet pan, and I served it with some extra miso sauce on top. I love a sheet pan dinner. Wednesday was Ash Wednesday, so my whole family came over for a paella dinner. I learned how to make this in a Sur La Table cooking class years ago, and we still love it. It looks intimidating, but it's really not. On Thursday, I made mustard and herb chicken legs with homemade mac and cheese and sauteed string beans. This is such a kid-friendly dinner, and most of it can be
mac and cheese. The consistency looks looks okay. It's not too soupy. Okay. All right, Miss White Lady, I'm with it. Let's keep going.
And most of it can be prepped in advance. And on Friday, I made shrimp scampi. If you're looking for a 20-minute dinner, this is it. It comes together so quickly, and it's one of my kids' favorites. I have been making this Pioneer Woman shrimp scampi for about 10 years, and it's always good. Thanks for following along.
There we go. That's more like it. See, that right there, that's more like what you need to have rather than a box of Beanie Weenies and pigs in the Pop-Tarts. That right there is more like it. Okay, that's good. So yeah, shout out to her and the nice consistency on your macaroni and cheese. If you know me, you know that's like my thing, my pet peeve. If you got soup, macaroni soup, hey, if you like it, that's fine. If you like macaroni soup, that's totally fine. I just can't. That right there, right on my alley. All right. So yeah, ain't no fatties in that house, not at all. They eating pretty good.
It's sad.
Now, some of the meals you eat at a restaurant, okay, hear me out. And I said this before. I'd rather go to McDonald's than most restaurants if you're talking about just your caloric intake and your health, because some of these restaurants are not going to use the best food. It won't be the best food processing that you ever had in your life, and they're going to give you a crazy portion with very high calories. At McDonald's, if I get a chicken sandwich and the medium fry, that's like 600 calories. Okay. Now, if I go to Cheesecake Factory, there's a dish that has over 3,200 calories in one dish. Let's watch.
Is that the highest calorie item on the Cheesecake Factory menu is the bistro shrimp pasta with 3,120 calories. Now, I don't get it because it's just pasta, shrimp, mushrooms, spinach, and a creamy Parmesan butter sauce. But keep in mind that an entire stick of butter is only 810 calories. So what the hell? Is there like 4 fucking sticks of butter in there? We might need to go to the Cheesecake Factory. It says that the highest calorie...
So yeah, I mean, you guys got to be careful when you go into these restaurants. The spots I go to, I already know kind of what I'm eating and the caloric content. But some of y'all go to these spots and you just eating stuff and you don't realize you eating a lot of calories. 2,000, 3,000. Plus, you're going to get something to drink, calories. Plus, you're going to get a cheesecake, calories. And you're going to get an appetizer and the bread. By the time you leave, you done got 5,000 calories and you wondering why you can't fit on the airplane seat. You wondering why. So, yeah. Be careful of these sneaky calories. Now, speaking about restaurants, this is a good video because it shows a couple talking about how much they make in the night at Texas Roadhouse as servers, okay?
Is how much we made serving at Texas Roadhouse as a married couple. So tonight, I actually owe the store, I owe them $167.75. So a lot of my tables paid in cash. So I'm going to pull that out, and whatever cash is left, I get to keep. Okay. So I pulled $168 to the side since I owe them 75 cents. I'm just going to let them have that quarter. So what I have left is $107. So that's what I made tonight, is $107.
Tonight, I did not bring home any cash, so they owe me $100.95. We'll call it 101. Our total together is $208.
And tonight we came in at 4:30. We were cut about 8:15. So almost 4 hours tonight.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, on a Tuesday night. And as always, we're grateful for any and every tip that we get. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, everybody.
We appreciate it.
All right, there we go. First of all, lovely couple. Lovely. They look great together. Shout out to them. Hey, man, you got the big smile. I know you're lucky. Lucky to have her. Beautiful young lady right there. Now, first of all, no tax on tips, okay? No tax on tips. Hey, if I give you cash, don't report that. Keep that in your pocket. Don't tell nobody, because what's probably going on is she's reporting the tips that she get. And I don't know. I think they got ways to track it if you don't report it, because they kind of know what the restaurant should bring in tip revenue. So they kind of monitor that. I get it. But keep that in your pocket. No tax on tips. $100 just straight away you got to pay to the restaurant. Nah, keep that in your pocket. That's what I would say. 100%. Yeah, 4 hours is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Nice little, part-time gig. You might get off work, go do that. Yeah, for sure. All day long. When I go to some restaurants around here, it'd be like their second job. At Applebee's or something like that. Yeah, their second job. Make a little bit of extra side money. Yeah, so shout out to them. 100%. All right, now this person right here is an RN, and she's having a hard time financially. Okay, and I think this is going to be a good video for a teaching moment, perhaps. Let's watch and see what she's got to say.
This economy is like really just awful. I thought I'm 27 years old. I'm a registered nurse in the state of Florida, and I was like, I have a good career. Like, I'm gonna be able to buy a house easy, no problem. Wrong. Like, I want to buy a house like $300,000 or less, and because I don't want to be house poor. And the houses I'm looking at in that my like budget are literal shacks. Like, they are shacks. It is insane. You hear people talk about mortgages that were $700-800 a month. That's like a thing of the past. That no way in hell. $2,200, $2,500 a month easily. And I work a lot of overtime, but if I wasn't working overtime, I make about $4,500 a month. There's no way. Like, $2,500 of that going towards rent. Like, I rent currently. I thought for sure I'd be able to like own a house by now. And the houses that are in my budget are like little she sheds, I swear. or they are complete fixer-uppers that you need to have money to then gut it and completely redo. And I'm like, who has this money to just dish out? Because I don't come from money. Like, it is such a depressing feeling that you go to school, you work a job. It's just, I don't know. It sucks.
Okay, first of all, you just real young. How old was she again? Let's go back.
This economy is like really just awful. I thought I'm 27 years old.
27 years old. Okay, 27. So, becoming a homeowner is not that easy. And it never really has been, in my humble opinion. Well, maybe like many, many years ago, but not in the past 20 years. Not really. It's always been kind of difficult to become a homeowner. And I didn't get my house right now that I have until I was like, 35? 36? I might have been 36. Yeah, I was 36 when I moved in 2020. You're 27, so you got some time. What I would say to you is save your money, get your money up, and then once you have a nice little cushion saved up and you've advanced in your career, you're a nurse, you're going to be in high demand. Maybe you go back to school. Maybe you become a travel nurse. Maybe you do things to uplift, because I know nurses. I got cousins and whatnot as nurses, and they make plenty of money. Listen, my two cousins that are nurses are both homeowners. Now, one of them is married, but it doesn't matter because she's still a nurse. And my other cousin they both homeowners. So you got to just keep stepping it up, keep stacking your money, and you'll be able to get to where you want to be, but it might not be right now. Give it a little bit. You're 27. That's kind of young to be a homeowner, to be totally honest with you. Okay. I mean, it's possible. I know guys that's real young that got homes. Okay. Somebody said they were 24, golfing guns. Hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, I'm trying to be like you when I grew up, but it may not be at 24. It may not be at 27. And she's a woman, and you know how women are. Typically, not all the time. Don't nobody get offended. But women are going to work less than men. They're less ambitious than men. Typically, not all the time, but typically. There's going to be an income gap due to an effort gap. That is usually what happens. So it's okay. Ain't no point in putting pressure on yourself right now. You got time. It's all right. Now, here's another young lady who's 21 years old with a CDL driving trucks. Okay, let's watch this.
People thought I was crazy when I decided to get my CDL at 21 years old, especially since I did it on a whim. About a year ago, I was really struggling. I remember this one day, all I could afford was ramen noodles and instant grits for my 2-week grocery budget, and all I had were pennies to pay for this. So there in the grocery store, I cried as I counted them in front of the cashier. It rung up to about $6, so.
No food stamps, so shout out to her.
That was awful. My only vehicle, which was my financial security blanket, broke down on me on the highway, and I had to sell it for just like $500. And now the final straw to this decision of becoming a truck driver was when my boyfriend broke up with me, and honestly, I don't blame him. So not 10 minutes after he broke up with me by text, I called up my best friend's mom, who happens to be a truck driver, and I asked, "What do I need to do to become a trucker?" It's been an incredibly tough journey, but I've found nothing good comes easy for me. But I'm really proud of how far I've come since November of 2024. So that's why.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, she driving trucks, traveling around. I thought it was going to be more about how much she makes, but that's fine. Sometimes you got to go hard like that. You got to make a sacrifice and figure it out. Okay, now this guy does talk about how much he makes. He's a police officer making $70,000 a year. So a police officer making about $70,000 a year. After taxes, he gets about $4,000 a month as an officer. And he's talking about how it's just too expensive for him to live off of his salary.
I'm going to rant about something for
Let me just show it right here.
I'm going to rant about something for 2 minutes. If you want to listen, cool. If not, that's fine. But I think a lot of you could relate to this. So I'm a cop. I make decent money. I'll just tell you, I make like $70,000 a year in the new contract. Pre-tax, right? So my pre-tax income is $70,000 a year if I work no extra details or overtime, whatever. My take-home pay every month post-tax is like $4,000, right? Just about. And where I live, a 1-bedroom apartment ranges anywhere from $2,000 to like $2,400 a month, maybe more, depending on where you're at. And a mortgage is going to be well over $2,500 for any house in this state, okay? Unless I moved out into the middle of fucking nowhere and had an hour and a half drive to work. And I'm discouraged. I'm discouraged. I have a decent job. My job is inherently kind of dangerous. I feel like I should be getting paid a little bit more personally, but it's whatever. And before you're like, well, you can work overtime and details. Yeah, dude, I don't want to work my life away. I have a lot of things I like to do outside of my job. I want to spend time with my family, and hopefully I have my own family someday, and I want to actually see my kids. And I'm 27, by the way. And like, I just feel like I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked. I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend, and I don't want a girlfriend just for like financial reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I want to actually find somebody that I want to be with. And, like, I had to move back home because I just like can't afford to do that. Right? And I'm not going to fucking blow my life away working, because I feel like I don't believe in that personally.
What's going on is the same thing as the other young lady, but what's going on here is you have low ambition, and that's okay. You might value having your free time, going fishing, hunting, whatever you're doing with your friends. You might value that, and that's fine. But since you chose to not really be ambitious, well, you won't have much money. That's the balance. Oh, I want to see my kids. Was your dad not around too much? Now you understand why, right? Now you understand why your dad was not around too much, because he got to go to work to take care of you. That's called sacrifice. And you should do it while you're young. Go hard while you're young, because when you get to be older, you don't want to be in the same situation, not having no money, not being able to afford a girlfriend, not being able to afford to have a family. Go hard now, so when you get to be older, you can kind of slow down as your body slows down. And if you want to make more money, well, okay, move somewhere else, work more time. You got to be ambitious. You want to live your same young man life, your same boyhood life, your friends and your family, all that. You want to enjoy that. That's fine, but you got a certain ceiling with that. If you want to take it to the next level, you got to sacrifice. If you don't want to sacrifice, oh well, you're not gonna get what you actually want. Am I lying? Y'all let me know in the comments. So yeah, that'd be what I say. Look, when my dad was a firefighter, he had like 4 jobs at the same time. Because when you're a firefighter, you only work like 9 days, 10 days a month, because you work 24-hour shifts. So when you're not working at the station, you got time to do whatever. I saw him do every kind of job you can imagine. This dude was like a Jamaican. He was a security officer. He worked at Home Depot. He was in the reserves. He was doing all type of stuff. He had at least 4 jobs at once, because firefighting was one. Then he would do the reserve stuff on the weekend sometime. Then he would do security at Waterside, downtown Norfolk, and then he'd be working at Home Depot, Lowe's. Eventually, he worked at Quickery toward the end. He was doing sales and stuff. Like, he would be the kind of guy to have to stand at Home Depot where he would show you Quickery right there and demonstrate it. So he did that while at the station. You see? And he was ambitious, because eventually he became a captain in the fire department. Do you want to advance in your career? Do you want to be more than what you are right now? You see? And of course, I might not have seen him that much because he's at work. My mom, same thing. She at work. So yeah, that's just a sacrifice you got to make, bro. It is what it is. Okay, now, hold on. Let me keep going here. Oh, the welder is talking to the apprentice about how much she's worth. Listen, this right here, if you want to make money, to the young guys especially, if you want to make money, get into these kind of industries. Welding is a good one. I know a girl that does I forgot what's like underwater welding, something crazy. But she travels, getting money thrown at her. That is going to be where the wealth resides. programming, coding, computer stuff is kind of going away because of artificial intelligence. If you can sit in front of a computer and do a repetitive task, AI can do that for cheaper and better than you. So if you're young, I would say try to get into a field where you use your hands. And these things are not as hard as you think. Once you become educated and you learn it, it's okay. And once you have that skill, you could do that forever. I'm seeing old guys, 70, 80, 90 years old, still out here doing it, getting money. Let's watch this.
How much do you think you're worth at this time?
Maybe like 12 to 15 an hour.
Ooh, I think you're lowballing yourself there a little bit. Let's check out that root. A couple little tie-ins, but other than that, root's looking pretty good. Not bad on that fill for working on the simulator. All right, so starting out with our cap right now. You keep up that work that we're heading right now, I think about 26 an hour. I'll give you about $100 per diem a day.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Looking good. So with this stainless weld here you got, how much an hour do you think you're worth?
I'm going to go $23.50 and a Subway gift card.
And a Subway gift card. All right, let's see here. Next question is, how much is that Subway gift card?
$50.
$50?
Yeah.
Stainless is pretty good. It's a little darker on the colors. I mean, the heat was getting to you a little bit. But other than that, overlap's pretty good. I give you a 28 right there. 90 per diem a day.
I'll take it.
Looking good, looking good. Thank you. Nice. How much do you think you're worth at this time?
So there you go. And these are apprentices. These are just people starting off in the industry. These are just guys and girls learning how to weld, learning how to do the trade. So what do y'all think? Are these numbers high, low? What's going on? Higher than you thought, lower than you thought? Y'all let me know what's going on. Bon James says, you got that right, ABL. These young people have no drive. It's no drive. You got to go hard. And if you don't want to go hard, it's fine. But you have to understand what your life will be if you don't go hard. You're going to live a life of those who just kind of are cool, not really doing a whole lot. And it's fine. It's okay. Now, I wanted to show one more thing. Not really financially related, but I forgot to play it earlier. Candace Owens, have you guys seen that? Now, listen, I want to show this now, but it's kind of like National Enquirer to me. It's kind of silly to me, but okay. So Macron and his wife are suing Candace Owens because Candace keeps calling his wife a man. Now, I don't know what's going on with somebody's gender. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. But remember, Brigitte Macron, Emmanuel Macron's wife, had... I think what's going on here is that Brigitte is upset at the rumor, the allegation of her being a man. And she keeps telling Emmanuel to do something about it. Remember when he got slapped by her when they were in Vietnam or somewhere? Remember that? That's probably what this was. Fix it tonight anymore. Fix it right now. Fix it. That's what this was. Macron went to President Trump and asked him if he knows Candace. Trump calls Candace and is pleading with her to stop. She gets on her show and then tells everybody that he called her. Now, I thought that was ridiculous. Candace, you can't do stuff like that. Why would you get on your show and tell that Trump called you about something like that? If you wanted everybody to know, then he would have said it on TV or something like that. He called you in confidence as a friend and kind of gave you a heads up. But since you didn't stop, since you put that out there, now you're getting sued. And they filed that lawsuit in Delaware, by the way. Not international. They filed that lawsuit in Delaware. So it's going to be an issue. There was another lawsuit against two other women that were saying the same thing about Brigitte. Now, at first, I think it was overseas. At first, they got found guilty of libel and had to pay some money. But then upon appeal, that was rescinded and they were not convicted of anything. But it wasn't that the judge said that Brigitte is a man. What the judge said was you have the right to make, what it said, superfluous allegations, which means basically that you could say something crazy like, I think Big Mike is a man or something like that without having to get penalized for it. Anyway, let's watch some of this from Candace.
Because this is just goofy. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you. And I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the first sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country. You are literally making history in all the wrong ways. And I want to be very clear here right at the top that this is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is. Are you floored? Because this is just goofy. All
right, there we go. So that's kind of her reaction to the lawsuit. What do y'all think about this? And let me see if I can show the actual article about the lawsuit right quick. Okay, there we go. So you see what it says? It's CBS News. Emmanuel Macron, Brigitte Macron sue right-wing podcaster Candace Owens over claims First Lady was born a man. All right. So that's what's going on right here. Yeah, and it says it's a 22-count complaint filed in Delaware Superior Court. And it seeks an unspecified amount. So they want some money. Let me see if I could pull up the complaint. Oh, yeah, see, it's right here. Look, right in Delaware. They got it right here. So Emmanuel Macron, Brigitte, Candace Owens LLC, Georgetown. What is that? Is that her husband's company? That's interesting. So look, in March 2024, Candace Owens, a right-wing podcaster, told the world she would stake her entire professional reputation on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the first lady of France, is in fact a man. Since then, Owens has used this false statement to promote her independent platform, gain notoriety, and make money. So yeah, this is real. Okay, this is real. There's all kind of stuff in here. Hold on, they got pictures, they got tweets and stuff. All right. And look, see, they're talking about, she's bragging about getting a bunch of more subscribers and stuff. They pulling up tweets. I don't know, man. Hopefully she be all right, but what do y'all think? You think Candace is toast? Is she, what y'all say? Is she cooked? Like, y'all let me know what you think about Candace Owens in this whole situation. Personally, it kind of sounds like National Enquirer, like Elvis. Did we see Elvis today? Did we see Bigfoot today? Like, what's going on? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the world famous National Enquirer cover. Yeah, it kind of is like, if you guys don't remember, if you guys did not go to the grocery store with your mom back in the day, or you might just be a little bit young, it'd be stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Well, this one might be a little bit better, but yeah, stuff like this. Bezos divorced, the cheating photos that ended his marriage, text sex and wild romps on the private jet. You know, that kind of, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it feels. The untold story of sleazy Amazon founder. I was like, all right, man, whatever. Or this one was really the one, the Bat Boy. Yeah, this kind of how this whole thing with Brigitte is reminding me of. It's like this. It's like, all right, man, really? You found a child that looked like a bat in the cave? Okay. All righty. Whatever y'all say, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yes, Jason. Yep, you read in my mind. Remember the Bat Boy? Read in my mind. It's just like that, in my opinion. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, we got super chats on deck, and then I'm going to get to the calls. The number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. It's almost that time if you wanted to call, talk about that police situation. Let me read super chats first, and then I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. Hey, Bat Boy's real, TJ. All right, Bat Boy. Shout out to Bat Boy. Okay, let's go to the White Man for sending 10 ABL memberships. I appreciate you for that, boss. Thank you to Duke Raw for show for becoming a member. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says ABL's on fire tonight. Thank you for that. Michael Critchlow also says, please show the recent Roebling Bridge fight to show your audience real police beatdown. Well, I might not be able to show that if it's a real beatdown. Thank you to Butt vs. Winfield, who says Trump traded IRS agents for ICE agents. There you go. There we go. Absolutely. But versus Windshield also says, ABL, have you seen the LA traffic reports after ICE raids? The roads are open, I think mostly because of fewer crashes from illegals who can't drive. Absolutely. And, they're staying at home. There's so many illegals in California, it make your head spin. You see, out there, they have the illegal aliens do regular jobs. That's why Hunter Biden talking about, well, they pick your fruit. Obama, too. They pick your fruit. They make your beds. They wash your dishes. They do everything. It's like, what? Y'all don't actually work jobs in California? Is that what's going on? It's weird. Y'all don't work and the illegals work. What kind of sense does that make? Thank you to Laura Catherine for the #1 fan emoji. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to Sapphire P, who says, thank you, ABL, for keeping it real. I'm a Brooklyn, New York conservative, and I don't agree with that female because we need all illegals to leave. And Letitia James, Bragg, and New York governor needs to leave ASAP too. 100%. Absolutely. Thank you to Gregortron, who says, you crack me up whenever you say Bit Bat, Dope Fiend, and Bit Rocks to Little. Get them, ABL. Get them. Thank you to Ginger Romas for the wow super chat emoji. And thank you to Zach Out, who says, updating my pick. I'm a former Bit Bat to Stacked. Hey, shout out to you. That's what I'm talking about. I like the progression. You were a Bit Bat and you realize, you know what? I don't want to be a Bit Bat no more. Now I'm going to get ripped. And from what I see, you look pretty good. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. That's always a good thing to see. All righty. Let's get to the calls. The number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. The number is always in the ticker at a certain point and also in the description box if you forgot. All righty, let's get to it. Anybody want to debate? It's fine. It's okay. Call up. I'm ready for you right now. Okay, let's go to 213 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Rob from YouTube. I had a couple of situations I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Oh, all right. I called in last week, so I wanted to make another situation known. It was about an attempted murder situation that happened to me.
Never mind. All right, let's go. 513. You don't lie. Who am I speaking to? Oh, I was a little bit too slow for that one. Hey man, let's don't call me with no stupid stuff, man. Don't come and talk like the Cookie Monster talking about somebody tried to kill me. Didn't nobody try to kill you, bro? You're the Cookie Monster. Let's not even really do that, man. I don't want to hear no stupid voices and no trolling. Let's get to some real calls. The number to call 706-406-3287. Again, 70. And you know what? I knew it was a prank from the beginning, but I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? What are you going to say? And you lay a dud like that. 310, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, it's me. It's Christine, and I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the First Lady of France. I just got into her history. I was like, how does she look so old in comparison to the guy? And I was surprised to see how they had met when he was like 13 or something like that. She was a tutor. So I just wanted to, I don't know if you knew that, but I didn't. So I first found out about her through Candace, but I did my own research and I was just like, whoa, like how did this lady entice this man? Or, like, I'm just like, I was thrown off by that. So I just wanted to call in to give my 2 cents on that. I just thought that's kind of weird.
It is, right? But thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Love your show.
Thank you. Yeah, she's right. It is weird. But yeah, I knew that she was his teacher. And in the same class was her daughter. So it's definitely weird, for sure. Ain't no doubt about that. That goes without saying. 740, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
So you think I'm soft because that cop shouldn't have mushed or whatever, huh?
That's right.
Let me tell you something. He shouldn't have hit that guy like that. Let me tell you what should have happened. He should have grabbed that hippie's pony because you shoved him on into the car. See, they're trying to get him out. What that cop should have done is got that hippie by the ponytail and started jerking him out of that car instantly.
Well, there you go.
I think they's a little too soft on him. Called me soft. How you doing tonight, ABL?
It's all good, man. What's going on?
Like I say, listen, you might not like the laws, but that's what's going to happen to you if you do not comply. It's just that simple. If you don't want to comply, that's how it's going to go. Now, if you want to be an activist and try to change the laws, go for it. But you can't be doing that, man. Cops are really scared, especially with those kind of windows that are tinted. And what happens when that Smith & Wesson 40 starts going off through those windows? And it's not often, but that kind of stuff really does happen to cops.
Exactly, all the time. And then they can see certain patterns before an incident happens. So they got to act out of an abundance of caution to prevent anyone from getting hurt. The officers and the actual driver from getting hurt.
And, I know here in West Virginia, they can, I'm pretty sure the way it goes, if you're driving on a suspended or without a license, they can either take you to jail or not take you to jail. And they're probably not going to take you to jail. I know a few cops around here. They're probably not going to take you to jail if you just comply. So do the smart thing, everybody.
Right on, absolutely.
Well, now I'm going to defend you to your audience, and they might not like this, but I agree with ABL a lot on the what's his name, this Anthony fella, and what happened down there in Texas.
What about Texas now?
There was a guy, the Anthony kid, that stabbed this other white kid.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony, yes.
Listen, everybody. Ask yourselves this. Would those two white kids have walked up to a 65-year-old lady and acted like that in a public place? No. The answer is no. Don't do that. You don't want to walk up to somebody and decide that you're the law or you're the security or something like that. Those two kids should have, if they were scared to be around another black kid, they should have called the law or something, or an adult. Listen, when you walk up to a black person in this country, and I'm sure ABL can tell you, and I'll tell you how I know, my grandfather was a member of the Ku Klux Klan at one time. I come from a long line of racists. You walk up to a black person and you say something like, you don't belong here, that has a much different connotation to it.
100%, absolutely, because I know at that point, danger. I'm in danger.
That's it. And you got two, and it's not one guy walks up to him, it's two of them. And so listen, no matter what he did with this money that he got and stuff like that, that's irrelevant. Here, the problem with this is you got two white kids who are not cops, they're not security, and you've got this black kid carrying knives. There's just no respect in this society for each other anymore.
Right on, absolutely.
And that needs to be stopped. Think about it. Listen. And if you disagree with me and ABL, if you take our advice on it and not walk up to a black person in a public place and say, you don't belong here, if they wouldn't have done that, they wouldn't have got stabbed up.
Exactly. That was my whole point from the beginning.
There you go. So y'all need to think about what me and him are saying here because it's, But anyways, I was going to say, what was that grocery store you were showing in the beginning there? Where's that at?
That was in Kansas City, Missouri. I forget the name of it.
Uh-oh. Ivan's outed himself. Remember the grocery store he was talking out last week?
Yeah.
Tom Homan. We know where he's at. Listen, when Ivan calls in this week, ask him to do you a favor and say, Lucy, in that accent. That would be wonderful.
That'd be perfect.
Hey, and I'll say this before I get off here now. I seen your eyes sparkling when that white lady was serving up at dinners and stuff, but ABL, now she's taken, right?
Yeah, she is. I'm going to just say, hey, you know what? She could just do that. I'm going to just admire the food. That's it.
Well, I was going to say, now, that red-headed trucker, though, that looked like that might be a gal that's right up your alley.
Hey, you never know.
She'd probably only be home a couple weekends a month. I mean, you wouldn't have to put up with much, would you? All right. Somebody says I don't even know the story, so get help. Listen, I'll tell you what. Any one of you that think you just go to the hood anytime you want to and walk up to some black people in a public place and tell them you don't belong here. If you're really that stupid, go right ahead. Feel free. If you think I'm wrong on this, please feel free to go right down to your local hood. Walk up to some black folks in a public place and tell them you don't belong here, and we'll see how that goes for you. So anyways, ABL, man, I really like your show and all, and I'm going to get off here. We'll see if anybody else wants to call in and debate you on that, and we'll holler at you later.
Right on, man. Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Bye, bud.
All right, great caller. Shout out to the caller. It's been great so far. All righty, let's go to 859, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yo, ABL, how's it going? Oh, hear me in the background. 1 second. I don't want to. Oh, that's okay. Let me turn it down real quick. All right. You Luciferian Libertarian here. The combination of Hamiel Light and Anton LaVey. How's it going, brother?
It's all good, man. What's going on?
All right. Hey, I wanted to make a comment, if you don't mind, on the Candace Owens thing. I'm sorry, but like when you have beef with other countries, like rumors and talking smack, man, you have some problems by that point. Calling somebody calling somebody else's wife's looking like a man. True. I want to be honest with you. I don't blame for Candace Owens getting a little hostile and angry about that. Of course, if you're making a comment about a celebrity or public figure, which is freedom of speech, it's a public figure, and it gets back to you by your friend, that's slightly annoying. Your opinion is your opinion. If they don't like it, oh, well, then they can go somewhere else, because opinions are like, well, buttholes. Everybody has them.
Of course.
But that's the thing is, if it would have been more professional for her, not Candace Owens, but for her, to at least say, if you don't like it, if you don't like what I say, then sue me. Why do you have to go to another friend to talk to me? That sounds like some stalkerish, narcissistic stuff that it just seems like a very Karen-ish thing to do,
Right on.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, there could be some other perspectives. I get it. But, what happened to that old adage of, like, sticks and stones will hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me? What happened to that old adage?
Hey, man, I can't call it.
I feel you. My whole expression, if somebody comes to me like that, my whole thing is like, yo, if you don't like it, sue me. Get an attorney if you don't like it that bad. But don't go to my friends about it. Of course I would be angry about that.
Well, you know what? Let me stop, because what I want to say is I think there was an attempt to resolve it before it got to the lawsuit. So here's what happens. So now I'm going to go to your friend that you respect, the president, obviously, and I'm going to have him call you. So that can prevent any kind of embarrassment, because it's going to be embarrassing for you. Now you got to go to court, spend a bunch of money, and it's embarrassing for me because now here I am as a president having to sue a YouTuber.
Well, I get your point. I mean, that I understand, because, I mean, the other perspective, like you think about, like President Trump, like if it was your friend, he could be like warning you, yo, what's up? You got to be careful what you say and stuff like that. I mean, I get that where you come from on that perspective and stuff like that. Also, last time I called up on here, Ivan was talking some bad smack saying I'm uneducated or calling you uneducated. I disagree with you on some things. Sometimes I do agree with you, but not often. And sometimes we debate on the phone. He acts extremely disrespectful. I don't want to see how you deal with him. I really don't.
Hey man, I'm cool with anybody. Anybody want to call me, debate, whatever, it's fine. I know I'm not a soft person, so it's all good.
Yeah, you go at him. You go at him. You go at him. You're vicious on him. I like it. It's funny. It's entertaining. You put him in this place all the time and stuff like that. And when he's even right on some things, which I listen to, it's like he still acts like he acts really sore about it. Still, even though he just wants an attention. But hey, it gets people watching. I appreciate you taking my phone call, ABL. I appreciate it. I much love. I enjoy the show. And I got to get back to doing some 420 and some video games. And I'm guessing the chat's patting it up, my friend. Yo, I love it. Much love to you, my brother.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
All right. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining. Let's go 912. You don't lie. Who am I speaking to?
It's Matt, Seattle Matt. How you doing, man?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Oh, long time no hear from you, man. Jive turkey.
Hey, man, it's good to have you on the line. So what's going on?
Hey, the AI is not going to replace programmers. I think I hire a lot of programmers and stuff like that, and I use AI. I write a lot of code. I write a lot of front-end stuff, back-end stuff. Safety critical software. AI can't write that stuff. It's just a better way to Google is all it is. And all these jobs that are supposedly getting replaced by AI for programming, it's like they're jobs that are usually like software research stuff or filling in tables or doing that kind of stuff. No one is like losing their job developing websites because AI is out there. It's just helping people do the work themselves. So the same amount of work is still getting done, and it's just a different way to Google. So AI is a bubble. It's getting ready to crash and burn.
Do you think that AI will actually get better and be able to replace jobs that it may not be able to replace right now?
No, not really. I don't think so. It's sort of. I tell people like it's like sort of like when you got like before we had Google Maps, before we had TomToms and Garmin in your car. It's not like you were getting lost everywhere you were going. You just had to use a map, and you know what I mean. It wasn't as efficient. You know, it's not like we're driving more because we have Garmin that can tell us where to go or Google Maps. Right? What it is it's just efficiency. That's all it is. It's creating efficiency. Like a goldfish grows to its bowl. So the more efficient we become at coding, because AI is helping us do that. It's just making us do more code. It's you just, other than like little simple menial things like sorting spreadsheets and helping you figure out like some front end or something like that to a website. All AI is doing is enabling us to write more code. It's kind of like if you had it's not like when the nail gun came out, the construction worker was like, oh man, I've been hammering these nails in by hand. And it looks like my job's going away because someone can come in with a nail gun and just do a whole frame, no problem. The nail gun's making us so we can build more houses. It's speeding stuff up. That's all it's doing. So these people whose jobs got supposedly replaced by AI, I'm just telling you they're worthless to start with.
Well,
they're not good coders. They don't have good chops.
It makes sense to me. It does. Like the way you're breaking it down to me makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's all I got for you, man. Yeah, that Bridget McCone thing is weird.
Yeah,
love you, Anthony. I miss you. I hope everything's going good for you.
Right on, man. Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Been good.
All right, man. Shout out to the caller. So what do y'all think? Y'all think AI is going to replace a lot of these jobs, a lot of these tech jobs, or is it just, it's a tool that we can use, but it won't necessarily replace humans? What do y'all think? Because I'm seeing some reports about jobs being already taken away. I told y'all before, I was at a bar, Texas. I'm talking to this guy at the bar, and he says that he is a pilot, and they were trying to take his job with automation, with basically AI. A freight pilot, not a plane, but like a freight plane. 543, you don't lie. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, my name's Shelly. I'm calling from Ohio.
All righty, what's going on?
I just wanted to call about the food stamp situation. I feel like we're treading a fine line here. As far as the two women in the video with the 6 kids, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. It's possible that they are pulling their resources, right? If they're 2 separate households with 2 separate EBT cards, if you go to the store, you go to Kroger's, and it's buy 3, get 1 free. They're going to take their food stamp card, buy 4, and split it, right? But I have a son with he has a rare disease, and he can only have like 1,000 calories a day, right? And literally every single calorie has to be counted. He's 18 now. But you would not believe the comments over the years and the hell over the years when I had to literally cook every meal from scratch. When we go to Children's Hospital, they come in and go, oh, look at him, he's eating vegetables. Look at him, he's eating fruit. And I go, yeah, he's 5. I make the decision, right? So it just seems like no matter which end of the spectrum you're on, people are going to give us crap. It's like we're picking on low-hanging fruit. You either qualify for food stamps or you don't. If the argument is only rich, quote-unquote, rich people can eat crap and be unhealthy, then what's the argument? I mean, I'm 45. Growing up, we had toaster strudels, Entenmann's donuts. We weren't on food stamps, but we had crap. I mean, there was always ice cream in the house. There was always every kind of cereal you could imagine. There was also meat and vegetables and fruit, but it's not like we weren't eating crap.
Okay, so hold on. Let me jump from. Okay, so I think my issue is we shouldn't be subsidizing this poor health decisions, because what's going to happen is we're going to also pay for it when it comes to their medical treatment. So we're going to pay for if we're going to have a government assistance program, we should also care about the well-being of our citizens.
Well, but should you? I mean, is that our business? We did the same thing with smoking bans, right? Oh, the smokers are going to raise our health care costs. Oh, the smokers this. The health care costs never went down. The cancer rates never went down. No lives were saved. You know, like.
Okay. So to answer your question is, yes, we should. Yes, it is our business because we're paying for it. Now, banning smoking is not us paying to ban smoking. But what we're doing right now is paying for these people to eat garbage. And of course, they're going to get sick. And when they get sick, we got to pay for that too. So if we're going to pay, like, let's use our money wisely. Why would we put money toward a thing that we know will yield a negative outcome that we also got to pay for? It makes no sense. We should put money into a thing that we know will yield a better outcome.
Well, fair enough. But the food industrial complex came into existence to keep such a large population alive. If we all, I mean, I remember, my great-grandma, she canned, right? I'm sure yours probably did too, beans, tomatoes, stuff like that. But in order to but we also had boxed macaroni, and we're just 40 years ago. And you go back even further. If we didn't have the industrial food complex, which is processed foods, then we wouldn't be keeping such a large population alive. I get it, the goal is for everyone to eat healthier, but if the argument is, okay, only poor people should eat healthy, then that still leaves the rich people.
No. Like, you're missing the point. The point is, it don't matter. Like, if we're going to spend money to feed people, we shouldn't be feeding them garbage. We should feed them good food. If you want the government to help you with your food, it shouldn't be all these choices about what kind of food you can get. If you want to have all these fancy choices, then go out there and work, get some money. But until then, you're basically getting a ration from the government. It shouldn't be you could just get whatever, because the same government has got to pay for you when you get sick from eating whatever. If you want to eat, if you want to eat toaster strudels, if you want to eat whatever, if you want to smoke crack, okay, that's fine. But let's not have the government pay for it. That's all.
Well, fair enough. And I think that goes to, like, everyone doesn't necessarily want the government to decide what they eat. Like,
you know what then? If they don't want the government to decide what they eat, then don't get on government assistance. Problem solved. Ain't nothing else to say.
Well, but my property taxes have gone up, my grocery bill's gone up, my electricity bill's gone up, my dog food's gone up, my gas has gone up. So the solution is to let people eat what they want to eat, right? So that
if they pay for it, if they pay for it with their own money, not my money. If it's my money, if it's my money, I can decide where it goes. I have a say so where my money goes. It's my money. How can somebody say how can somebody say that I have no say so on my money? It's mine. If you want to spend if you want to spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on, then that's fine. But when you get government assistance, that's not your money. That's the taxpayers' money.
Okay, well then how do you fit in the elderly person? If we want to take away candy and stuff like that. And what's sad is, I know elderly people, that are widows or single, and they get like $23 a month in food stamps, right? And they have grandchildren. And it's not enough to go and splurge, because candy's expensive. Like Halloween candy is expensive, birthday, it's all expensive. So how do we pick and choose who's deserving and who's not? As a nurse in a nursing home, most of these women, they did not work. Maybe now the people that are living in nursing homes, they did, but 20 years ago they didn't. They weren't paying into the system. I don't mean to cut you off because I got limited time.
But what I said is the same. Like, it don't matter how old you are. If you're in the government assistance, then it is what it is. Like, we're not trying to say you're going to eat gruel and like a piece of oat bread or something like this. You're going to eat food that's good. But how about we don't pay for people to become 500 pounds? And then we got to pay for them once they go to the hospital with all these illnesses. They dying of COVID because they 600 pounds. Let's not do things that don't make any sense with our money in this country. But thank you for the call. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out to her. But yeah, I mean, at a certain point, we kind of talking in circles. Like it makes no sense to spend the government money on things that make you sick. If you want to smoke crack, if you want to shoot heroin, if you want to do whatever, okay, but use your money to do it, not my money. 954, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, Scott Huber, South Florida. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing well, sir. First time, long time. Love the show.
Thank you.
I wanted to, you made a comment a few nights ago that you weren't too concerned about the Epstein files. Is that your position?
Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for taking my call. I'll just say I think it's important because we should know who's pulling the strings here and subverting democracy and who is controlled. And I think that's why it's important. If it were just the sex and personal stuff, other than the kids, no, who cares? That's my take. Just wanted to throw that out there, and that's why I think that's important. I usually agree, and I heard you say that, and I was like, I don't know about that. Thanks for taking my call, ABL. That's all I got.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, you as well. Bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. And the number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. All righty. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Epstein files, I feel like it's just like, it's always something people talk about, but nothing ever comes of it. I'm just not really interested in that kind of thing. No, the carrot dangling, I'm good. 818, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. Love the show, everything else. I wanted to go back on what that lady was talking about, how, food stamps and stuff like that, and people wanted that people should pay for anything they want. And I completely disagree with that lady because when I see these videos and I see what they're doing, not only are they buying junk food and not only are they buying things that they don't need, they're also not understanding or knowing how to shop. So when I was poor and everything else, I used to count not only every penny, but I would also pay attention to the price of what I was actually buying. So what I noticed is that they'll just grab whatever they want, throw it in the cart, or even if they can play with DoorDash, they'll just go ahead and order what they want without any kind of consequence onto how much that product actually costs. Now, what I mean by that is when I go to the store, I teach my kids, what is the price per pound for chicken or pork or beef? If it's pre-cut, it's more expensive. I'll teach them how to break it down. How I got them started with that would be with candy, right? And so what I would do is you would see on the bag, how many ounces it is. And then, before they used to say, oh, maybe just this little candy bar. And, this may seem like bad way of teaching them, but I told them, I was like, okay, well, that big bag is how much? Okay, and how many ounces for that big bag? Now, how many ounces for, price per ounce with the small bag versus the big bag? Now, we can get the big bag. However, you're going to make it stretch, and you're not going to eat it all in one sitting. That's for a treat. And it's for, whatever, right? And so they'll figure out, buying the big bag is where the savings are. Now, if there's no savings, then we don't get it at all. But I would teach them that, too, with fresh produce. One of the things I noticed in the video is that the lady was looking at a watermelon, and the watermelon is some premium watermelon, not even a normal watermelon. I bet you that price and that markup was more than a normal watermelon. The thing is, it's not only that they keep buying junk. They're buying junk that is overpriced, doesn't make sense, and they have no sense of shopping for it. And that's what they need to learn.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, they pretty much just put anything in the buggy, in the cart, because they don't care about the cost. They don't care about anything. And that causes them to have issues with their consumption. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Right. Yeah, and it's like the ladies, no budget. Well, you guys aren't paying attention to a budget because it's somebody else's money. And that's the infuriating part. It's why don't you learn how to budget, and you're not going to need $2,000-$3,000 from the government. You're just wasting everybody's money. You don't care. You think it's from the government. And like I said, when I was really hard pressed for money, I would go there and I used to go not just count every single penny, but then I would try to figure out what is the volume, what is the price, what am I getting for it, can I afford it, and then I would go as far as like, hey, if I wanted chicken breast or versus chicken thighs was always cheaper, or I can buy the entire bird and just learn how to break it down and then use the whole thing. Which I did. Like I would take the bones, make a stock, and then I would go ahead and, probably take the skins and make a little bit of oil, and then it's these old things that totally everybody lost their way on. They just buy a bag of something, and then something's overly processed, something they probably don't need, something that's going to make them sick. And with the internet, there's no reason why somebody can't go online and then learn how to do these things. I remember my grandmother, she used to go ahead and save the bacon grease, because she didn't have money to buy oil. That is an art that's totally lost. I sit there, I save my oils, I save my grease. I can afford it, but you know what? I mean, this is healthier, it's better for you, and it's art that's completely lost. Anyway, ABL, I thought I had to go ahead and point that out. I appreciate you. Thank you. You have a great night.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you. Great call. Fantastic call. Yeah, I know the whole grease saving. I don't know if mom did. I think mom did that too with the grease. I can't remember. She probably did. But yeah, I know if not mom, then definitely grandma and them. They definitely save the grease and stuff for sure. 720, you know line, who am I speaking to?
Oh, hello, ABL. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to turn down the volume. You caught me by surprise. Get my call like that. I appreciate that though. Hey, love the channel. Can you hear me, sir?
I hear you well.
All right, thank you. I would like to make a comment. It was a couple calls ago. The lady that was on the phone, I'm not sure exactly all what she was talking about. I didn't say I agree with everything that was said. But one comment she made kind of struck a nerve with me, that her children had kind of gotten spoken down to eating healthy, like vegetables and fruits. And one experience I had, and why it struck a nerve, is I had fought for full custody of my daughter. And when it came down to the child checkup, I brought her into the the checkup zone. And I was feeling all proud because I had her for like 3 months already. And I already had to deal with, you eat your meats, your vegetables, and your fruits. And there's hardly any candy. She did get some candy, but hardly any. That was like the last choice. You got to eat your fruits, your vegetables, and your meats. You got to eat healthy. And the nurse there, when I brought her in, they did a weight check. She is very skinny mini. I don't know exactly how the little scale goes on with the, height and weight deal, but her birth mother, I'm going to have to call her an incubator because she didn't deserve the word mother on the title. But anyway, excuse me, sir. I brought her into the little situation, and then they do a weight check, and they're like, oh, she's underweight. And there's like no calculation because, the incubator wasn't available and all that. But I'm there. And they're like, what are you feeding this girl right here? And I was like, well, I stuck my chest out, my chin up, and I felt so proud. And I said, oh, she eats her meats or vegetables or fruits, this healthy stuff. And, we're real slim on the candy. And she does get some candy periodically, and she kind of like scolded me. And, I'm looking at this woman. She's a nurse in the health field, and she looked like 150-pound overweight trying to tell me what healthy eating is. And I'm like kind of confused on that. And it's almost like, there's a conspiracy theories on, doctors don't make money off healthy people type situation. And that's when it really, really clicked for me. I was like, oh, man, we ain't had the best insurance right there. And, it's going to segregate us to a certain section. And you trying to, like, use my daughter like a lab rat for some Pop-Tarts type thing. And, it kind of freaked me out and broke my heart at the same time. Because I was just so proud. And you going to slap me up like that? And then I look at you like, no, it just didn't make sense to me. you know. So, like I said, it's just a trigger off that one phone call, and then I was just calling. You caught me by surprise by answering, because I'm watching you on stream. My internet a little laggy, and I was like, oh man, just trying to react. But that's my experience on it. And sometimes when it's coming to the doctors type thing, it might be depending on your insurance if they try to kill you or not, in my honest opinion, because that's my experience on it. Because first off, my daughter's birth mother, she wasn't really tall and like thick or nothing. Like, she was real petite, skinny mini type thing. And my daughter got some of them genes, and there's a lot of people on my side of the family that's just, they can out eat me and be like half my weight. And, I eat a loaf of bread, gain 5 pounds. So, I mean, everyone different and all that, but you can't tell me that I gotta fill up my daughter on some snacks off the exit aisle of the grocery store, like Snicker bars and Reese's peanut butter cups, before fruits, vegetables, and healthy meats and stuff, and be 150 pounds overweight. Look, like, how you even get this job, man? Because you're supposed to be in the health field, and you just don't even look healthy to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right on.
So that's basically what I just want to get out there to the people that's listening. And also, too, love your channel. They've been watching you forever, but I've been watching you for a long time, where it's like, hey, you ever hit the town of Parker, Colorado, man, hit me up, and I'm going to feed you off my barbecue type thing. You know what I'm saying? I just look at you like, man, we do a DNA background check. We might even be related.
Hey, you never know.
I don't even know. Like, I feel that close to you.
Wow, man. Thank you for that, man. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Oh, yes, sir. You have a good evening, and thank you for answering. And much love to the people listening. And this is one of the channels I get for true intelligence, because stupidity is not allowed. I mean, you see how ABL be rocking it. Like, dude just so smart, man. He might play with you a little bit, but by the time it's said and done, that stupidity stuff, I'll put a period at it. That's how he do it, man. And I love your channel, man. And I'll always be a viewer from this point on. You know what I mean?
Thank you for your call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a good evening, man. Now I'm going to unmute you so I can hear what's going on this channel, because I know I'm probably going to listen to my phone call if my internet's so laggy.
All right, man. I got you, man. Thank you. All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. But yeah, man, that's crazy how people get shamed for being physically fit. But you know what that was? That big butterball nurse got offended at your daughter being healthy and in shape because she can't be that. Well, it's like, look, Miss Lady, if you would just ask me what her diet is, what my diet is, I might put you on and help you out. But ain't no sense in hating. Don't hate. I can hook you up. It's fine. It's okay. You don't gotta hate. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing in the world. People want to hate you for being healthy. I was like, man, look, I can help you get your back unbigged. I can really do that for you if you're interested. If not, then oh well, just be a bit back and have that be that. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining. Of course, nobody called as usual. Look, whenever there's something kind of controversial I cover and people are offended, nobody ever calls me to debate it. Ever, 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 ever. Well, I can't say ever, but for the most part, never. If they ever have, I don't ever remember. 480, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to? 480, hello.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Okay. I think Candace Owens will bounce back.
You
but
think
it's unfortunate, that she was saying that. But I think she'll bounce back from it. What do you think?
I think she might lose the lawsuit, but I don't know. She may or may not lose. I can't really tell. It's like a 50-50 toss-up. But even if she loses, I don't think it'd be that bad. It's just a lawsuit.
Yeah. And the other thing, I think I think the government should put regulations on the food that we purchase.
Right, absolutely. Because some of this food is killing us. It's like poison. And I don't think we should be
Yes,
poisoning the American people.
Right, it's poison, and we have to learn how to cook all of our meals, and don't buy things that are in a box, a can. You want it all fresh.
That's right.
You know, you don't want box food and canned foods. That's all I wanted to say. Love your show. Take care.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, great call. Shout out to her. And shout out to you guys for watching. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing tonight, y'all know what to do. Get a call, get a video a thumbs up. Like the call, like the video. I'm reading the comments. I'm getting distracted. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, but I will open it for a little while, and then I wrap it on up and put the bone on top in a minute here. But yeah, whenever there's something controversial, oh, ABL, I'm unsubscribed. All right, just give me a call. Let's talk. Don't nobody want to talk. They just get offended and leave. They storm out. I'm leaving. It's like, all right, man, it's fine. It's okay. But I enjoy having debates. I enjoy people that challenge me. I enjoy that. I don't shy away from a challenge. I don't shy away from a debate. I'm ready to debate. Like I like it. So it's cool with me. It's totally fine. But I don't want to have no Jerry Springer type situation, you know, because I get some people that try to say, hey, debate me on my channel. It's like, bro, I'm not coming to your channel to debate you. And I don't know. It's gotta make sense now. Like I ain't, you know, if you be in your channel talking about like the most ridiculous things, I don't even want to be around that. It's not even about the debate at that point. It's about, I'm not trying to entertain you and your nonsense. Okay, let's go. 817, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
My dude, ABL, what's going on, brother?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
First time, long time, man. I had to call and get at you on this Anthony thing, man. I'm out in Texas, and I just think it's more people just jump on the racial thing, man. You know, I got two sons, and I raised my kids to dodge drama from anything. You know what I'm saying? High school, kids are dumb, boys are dumb, they do dumb stuff. I don't think the kid meant to kill him. And there's been so much lies and so many people just throwing race into it. As you say, you know, the race debaters, there's not enough to go around, so they got to keep it going so they can make their money. But overall, the whole case comes down to they had an altercation and, you know, it went bad. That's basically what happened. But the issue with it now is that there's been so many lies put into it that no one knows what the truth is. I mean, you got Charleston White with his video. I don't know if you saw that, but he done lost his mind. He's talking about he's on fentanyl, he's on roids, and I'm like, we have no information of any of that. You know what I'm saying? So once it gets mucked up with the race, it ruins it. But overall, like I said, there's things that obviously both sides should have done that would have dodged that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? To where neither of these kids' lives would be ruined. Because I don't care if Carmelo gets off or not. The man's life's ruined. You know what I'm saying? He ruined this. He murdered somebody. That's something a lot of people don't understand. Even when you get off, you're never the same. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't agree with, not that you're angry, but I didn't agree with the way you projected it, because it's almost like the ghetto mentality. You know what I'm saying? And the ghetto mentality is, ain't nobody bullying me. I ain't no punk. I got to do what I got to do. So that was just my main difference with you was that I raised my kids to dodge drama. And, I mean, like, you got to be a quarter dog is the way I raised my son before you do something like that, because your life's going to change. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no coming back from taking a life or having a life taken. So I just think it was a horrible thing, but America is so addicted to this, someone's white or someone's black. We kill each other all day long and no one says anything. So that's the big thing that I always remember when these cases come out. And I wait, like you usually do, I wait, and I'm like, let me let all this information get out before I jump out here going evil white man. And that's another thing black people have to stop doing. Say that, where's that energy when it's black on black? I need the same energy, and we just don't get it. We don't care about our kids killing each other. But if it's white, now we want to jump out and scream about racism and we being held down. So I just had to get that out. But we could debate that all day, but it's hard to debate this case because there's so many lies out there. The water's just been mucked.
Right, I agree with you, man. Thank you for your call. I definitely appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
So go back to what he said about the whole ghetto mentality thing, about, oh, ain't nobody going to bully me. It's not that. It's just already know kind of what was going on. I can, because I've seen this before. I've been a new kid before. I already know what it is. You're the new kid, and if you get attention, like what happens is sometimes you become a target for people to try to bully or try to fight. Let me try to fight this new kid because I don't like him. My girlfriend like him, and now I'm getting beat up, or I'm getting into fights and I don't want to fight. What I think he did was try to threaten him so he wouldn't have to fight. I'm a senior. I'm about to graduate. I don't want to fight because, again, you are antagonizing me to make me do something to you. And then when I do something, you want to call the police on me. See, that's why I try to avoid people like that, because I don't want to get in trouble because of what you did to me. And that's exactly what this was. It wasn't even about nothing else other than that. You brought drama you brought the drama to me. I react, I'm in trouble. You see? 423, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello?
Yes?
Hey, I got one question for you. This is Hans. I got one question. When do you think they're going to ban, the ban dyes? How come they don't ban potassium sorbate with that?
I don't know about that.
I heard that's a dye. I mean, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So I have no clue.
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what I was saying is, I've heard that's a dye. I wonder if that's ever going to get banned.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
So, what do you think about this Obama thing?
You're cutting in and out. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Hello?
Yeah, you were cutting out. I was having a hard time hearing you. Can you repeat yourself?
1 second. Cutting real out real bad, huh?
Yeah, keep talking though.
Hold on. Try it now. Hey there.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I was saying is, do you think he's going to go to jail?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's all another scam.
It's a distraction.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What was the other question I had? Oh, yeah. So, do you think eventually they're going to go after the people that are putting these chemicals in the food?
What do you mean go after?
Like actually get held accountable for doing this?
I mean, it's not against the law. So how would they get held accountable?
Yeah, true. It should be against the law, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really a matter of go to jail. It's a matter of just regulate the industry.
Right. Well, I just saw recently, I think it's the people that make high fructose corn syrup. You saw that thing about the Coca-Cola switching over to cane sugar? All of a sudden, the people that make Coca-Cola, the high fructose corn syrup, I guess their stock is shrinking now.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully
that's why I saw. If it's true, I don't know. But that's what I saw on the internet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I could tell you stories about dyes. Every time I touch a dye, I go off the wall. It shouldn't be legal. It should never have been legal. I feel weird when I touch those things. It shouldn't be legal.
What up, man? Well, thank you for your call, man. I definitely appreciate you.
Yep.
All righty. Okay, let's go to 203. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, my brother from another mother. What's up? How are you?
It's all good, man. What's going on?
Pretty good, man. This is Angel, man. It's been a long time, man. So listen, man. Let me ask you, man. I'm a little disheartened with you, man, with the Epstein stuff.
Okay.
So look, I'm trying to wrap my mind because you're a sensible guy, but I'm really curious as to why you don't think this is important. I think it's probably one of the top, but I've yet to hear a real reason other than, like you said, you don't think anything's going to come about it, but is there anything more you could really say? Like, what's your thought? Why it's not important?
Why is that not a real reason?
Okay. All right, I got you.
Why? So, but why is it not a real reason? Why can't that just be what I think?
No, I mean, I get it, but I'm just curious as to why you thinking that way, though.
I mean, what more is it to say? Like there is nothing that's come of it. This has been going on for years. Nothing that's come of it. So I'm not going to sit here and hold my breath. I'm moving on my life.
Right. I get that, but I mean, you have a platform. I mean, I think, you know, there are other people talking about it, and, you know, talking about it is one thing, but when you have a platform like this where you could shed some light, you know, I know you probably you do your own research, you have other people too that, you know, have information. I think this needs to be brought to light because it's extremely important. Like, I think about it in an economical sense, right? You know, we talk about finances and all these other things regarding in the political realm, a number of things, even like the EBT food snap stuff that you were talking about, and that's given like a spotlight. But in the regards to, you know, the harming of innocent children, bro, and then furthermore by people that are in power that make decisions in the direction of the country, whether it would be in an economical or social sense, like, I think these people should be brought to justice. Like, you know, it should be brought to light. You know, the country won't get better if you can't get the simplest thing of, you know, hey, you don't diddle children, you don't do these things, and exposing those people in power and getting them out of there. I think that's important, man.
Okay, but at the end of the day, that's fine, but you don't know who the people are. You don't know who the kids are. You don't know nothing. All you have is a thing that's been going on for years that they keep saying, oh, we're going to release it, but don't nothing come of it. So wake me up when they actually put something out there and then people's names are on it. Until then, I'm not concerned about it. What I'm going to say every day, oh, Epstein files, they don't have it yet. We don't know who's on it or if it even exists or if we don't know nothing. So it's like, it's just kind of, wait, hold on, I'm not done. It's just something that I don't care to spend any time on because also most people don't care about this subject. To be totally honest with you, you care, but most people in this country care about the migrants, the economy, AI, housing, stuff like that. They don't care about stuff like this, and I'm one of them.
Right. But look, like the migrants, for an example, right? So, you know, there's allegedly over 400,000 children missing that had crossed the border. Like, where did these kids go? And again, so in one aspect, you want to talk about the migrants, you know, people caring about the migrants, but I'm saying, like, well, it was interesting. They cared about the migrants when it was pertaining to the safety of the country, and they cared about the migrants when it came to, for an example, the kids that were working in those weed farms and whatnot. But I'm like, but you don't care about the migrant children that are missing and that most likely have been trafficked? Like,
wait. See, now, just because I don't talk about kids I don't know about, because you're talking about just in general missing children. But when we're talking about the weed farm, we can identify the kids right there. So that's different. Like, you're talking about some kind of esoteric thing versus something that is concrete that we can actually point to and prove. That's my point. You're wait. You're proving my point, actually, because that's the whole thing. Rather than just saying, oh, there's missing children, we don't know where they are. Oh, there's Epstein files, we don't know who's on it, or if anybody's on it, or if it even exists, a thing that could exist or may not exist. Rather than talking about that, let's talk about a thing that we can actually point to. Okay, there's X amount of children on the weed farm. There's X amount of kids that got found here. X amount of kids that got found there. This is their names. This is where they're from. Same thing with the Epstein files. If it's not that, I'm not interested.
Right. I don't agree 100% in regards to what you're saying, where there can't be, that there isn't So, when it comes to the files.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but we got limited time, so just land your plane right quick.
Yeah. So, there's not a list, but then again, you have flight logs. I mean, those are straight names. You have the logs, and you can't say that these politicians or these oligarchs or these celebrities or whatnot.
All right, well, okay. Let me ask you a question. Because we got limited time.
Yeah.
If someone's name is on the flight log, does that mean that they abuse children? Yes or no?
No.
All right, that case closed. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
So I'm saying it's like you can't just, because if you're on the flight log, that does not mean that you were abusing kids. It doesn't mean that. We can't just say that without proof, because that's a very serious allegation. Because if that's the case, then that's RFK Jr. He was on the flight logs. He was on a plane on at least 2 different occasions. Does that mean he went to Epstein Island and was abusing children? It doesn't mean that. And normally when they hear stuff like that, when they hear, RFK Jr., he was on the flight logs, they're going to think that he's abusing kids, but that's not the truth. So I'm all about truth. Y'all know me. I'm all about truth. I'm all about telling the truth. I don't want to put out sensationalized content, rage bait, hate bait, clickbait, empty content. Oh, we got a bombshell, and then it don't be nothing. I don't like doing that. I hate it when I watch it. I would never do it to y'all, so I'm not going to start right now. But if you enjoyed the show tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Shout out to everybody that called tonight. I appreciate it. All the, little back and forth. I appreciate that as well. Nobody called about the what's the name? That's funny, but I expected that. It's always like that. Anyway, shout out to you guys. I'll be back live again Saturday. Same bat time, same bat place. 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, this is an audio streaming podcast you're listening to. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether they be Google Play, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live Watch Pop right on up. Okay. What else we got? We got super chats on deck. I'll read those right quick and put a bow on top. But first, before I do that, thank y'all for watching, retweeting, super chatting, whatever you're doing. Without you, there is no me. Shout out to the mods for keeping the trolls in check. I really appreciate y'all for that as well. Oh, also, I'm on Rumble. I'm on the Rumbles. So if you guys want to follow my YouTube content on Rumble, you can do that. Let me show you guys that right quick in case you haven't noticed. Okay, we're getting some more subs. We're getting a few more views on the videos. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Rumble. And right now, I'm really putting a lot of energy into my short videos. So I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm everywhere. You can find me on all those platforms. If you like the short content, I put it everywhere. I put it on YouTube, Facebook. So wherever you are, that's pretty much where I am, including Rumble. Maybe I put some of the shorts on Rumble as well. Who knows? I think they probably do better with the regular, 16:9 videos. But thank y'all again for joining. You guys are the best. Again, all my links to everything will be in the box. The podcast link to audio only will be in the box, or your favorite audio streaming platform. Search ABL Live Watch Pop right on up. Super chat. Thank you to Ginger for the wow emoji. Thank you to Zacked Out. I think I read that already. Zacked Out said, updated my pick. I'm a former bit back to stacked for sure. Thank you to Andy Q, who says, I'm 58 in the UK. I see those white whiskers. How old are you, Anthony? I am 40 years old. Appreciate it if you don't want to answer. Nice to be here. UK for Trump. MAGA. Make America healthy again. Make America safe again. Maha and Masa. Right on. Masa is funny. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. I'll be back again live on Saturday. And I'm live every Tuesday on the Instagrams. Thank y'all for being on the stream last night. I appreciate y'all for that. I enjoy those Instagram streams. I'm going to do that every Tuesday, 9 p.m. I was a little bit late on last night because I put out my, Shannon Sharp video. Shannon Sharp is an interesting character. I put that on Uncle ABL. If you guys are not subscribed to Uncle ABL, please do so right here on YouTube, but also go to my Facebook and Instagram, Uncle ABL. I'm there as well. Alrighty. So is that all I got? That is all I got. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.